entertain them, pretend it's on. I can't tell.
Oh, wait, it's back. Oh man. Okay, so looks like we live. Yes, Atathis, we certainly are. Ori has gone to fix something. This should stabilize us. But she has given me the duty of entertaining you guys for the next 10 minutes, so I will do my best. Oh, I can't do a flip. Well, I used to be able to do a flip. I did used to take gymnastics, so there's a little unknown fact about me you guys didn't know before. I'm checking YouTube, making sure. Oh boy, what happened to YouTube? Let me refresh that. You know what? Ah, man. Okay. So that went down briefly. You know what, guys? Let's look on the bright.
It'll stop at least.
Okay. We may have to YouTube started the countdown again.
Oh, because it died?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's this.
Or
okay. It's live now.
Okay, yeah, I'm watching like an 18-minute video of something. I gotta change that.
An ad? The latency's not gonna be great on there right now, though, because it didn't do it right.
I was just telling our little group here that at least it's happening now and not during Ace Attorney or Comic Corner.
Very true.
That would be very
right.
cry-worthy.
So where did we leave off?
It seems to be back, PCM. We are hoping for a good long while.
Knock on wood.
No, knock on all the wood.
All right. Where did we leave off?
Where were we in our lovely, lovely Neffy story?
Do you remember more? Well, I don't know when it...
Well, I'm trying to remember what you last said. Okay, okay. Grabbing Mushu in its mouth,
Okay.
That's the last thing I remember.
Alright.
And I think they were interrogating Mushu, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So, after a moment, the pseudo-dragon glares at Neffy's shadow and lunges, grabbing Mushu in its mouth. With the serpent in the dragon's jaws, the pair of ASMRs interrogate the poor thing for some juicy Neffy lore. Turns out, Neffy always had devil powers. They were just awakened by the succubus. And it was not the succubus that sent Mushu to spy on Neffy. Instead, it was her boss, some kind of devil commander. With this newfound information, Glacius offers Neffy an ultimatum. His patron can strip Neffy of her emotions, and in exchange give her complete control of her powers. Though Neffy ultimately declines this offer, she regrets not taking the deal. Neffy is soon called by Xavier and Marin, who have learned of a man and his grandson that went missing when they went to visit a dragon. Marin used Xavier used locate object for them to venture out looking for the pair, with hopes Neffy will catch up. As Xavier and Marin reach the cave, it had a collapsed entrance, and they clear it as Neffy is still running towards them at full speed. Inside the cave, they see two sleeping bullets, which they manage to sneak past. Deeper in the cave, they find the missing persons, and while the kid is unharmed, the man is in need of healing. While Marin tends to the pair, Xavier ventures deeper, finding a mound of riches, gold, gems, and magical items. It was truly a sight to behold, a wondrous collection, a hoard, if you will. Rushing back, Xavier kindly lets Marin know that they need to get out of here now. As they make their escape, they hear the shrieking of the bullets inside. As the bullets made their move to attack, Nephi arrives on the scene. Xavier and Marin carried the fight, quickly killing one of the bullets. With the second one on its last legs, it lunges straight towards the child. But before it could reach him, there's a flash of purple from the ocean, which instantly obliterated the bullet. Once the dust cleared, they saw it, a large amethyst dragon flying near the child. The party readied their weapons for another battle, but calmed when they saw the kid pet him on the snout. The dragon tells the trio not to tell anyone about his cave, thanks them, and gives them a bit of his hoard as hush money.
Seems like a pretty sweet deal.
And then the last session before the most recent one. This session starts as the party is getting ready for the escort mission to keep Vanessa and the wolves safe on their journey to the capital, Talvin. During preparations, Boxic catches an alluring scent, which is emanating from Vanessa's plate. Apparently, it's a dish made by an ancient civilization long ago called the Italians. The journey begins, and the first few days were rather uneventful. Moonpaw talked with the wolves, finding out that the wolves were brought to this continent by the Red Talons, but they managed to escape when the place they were being held was attacked by people also bearing the mark of the Red Talons. Possible infighting. In addition, the succubus promised to help the wolves get back home in exchange for helping her. But as we know, she didn't follow through on that. Boxic and Nephi talk about training she got from Glacius while traveling. She confides in him about the deal she was offered, and to her relief, Boxic is glad that she didn't delete her personality for the sake of control, and jokes about how he can handle a scorching every now and then. During this conversation, the party passes a cart traveling in the opposite direction. They stop the cart to make sure it wasn't suspicious. And while nothing threatening was found, Xavier did see the cart person conversing with a fae. He introduces himself as a toy maker, and to no one's surprise, the cart is filled with toys. The toy maker himself, though, was strangely dressed, with no skin showing. Between his mask and hair was a glimpse of something metallic. The next day, the caravan runs into a tree blocking the road. Nephi was able to determine that it was cut down on purpose, and they should be careful of an ambush. She was right, and to none of the party's surprise. Nephi was right, and to the party's surprise, the fight was going smoothly. A bit too smoothly. As the attackers' numbers waned, two of the bigger enemies ate a vial of purple powder, which enhanced their abilities. Xavier suspects the powder is Glimmer. Nephi missed these vials, however. She was too distracted with the fight. The fight ended with only one guard casualty and one of the assassins getting away. The rest of the journey is uneventful as the party reached Talvin. The wolves were moved to a holding area, and the party was paid extra for their efforts. Vanessa also lets them know that the city-wide annual celebration, the Phantom Lights Festival, will be happening in a few days, and insists that they enjoy their time in Talvin, as not many get to experience it. She also informs them of a party that they will be attending with her in a few days, much to Nephi's distress, and tells them to go find a seamstress. They head to the seamstress and are met with a very eccentric three-creen who proceeds to take measurements for the fancy outfits. Nephi was not looking forward to wearing a dress which the seamstress picked up on. After some pestering, Nephi finally tells the seamstress what's wrong, and the seamstress's mind quickly created a new outfit which she would be more comfortable in, as you can see in the little Hero Forge thing that PCM posted. Very cute, very nice.
Oh, I love it. Also, hi, Anima. Welcome.
Hi, Anima. Hi, Audio Chaos. Thank you. I know
Audio,
PCM is a
welcome.
little...
You got my hello in chat, but I'll say it verbally as well. Welcome to one and
A
all.
dapper fellow indeed. After the tailoring session, the group planned on heading back to the inn, but Neffy asked Mushu if he knew of anything interesting in the city. Mushu led the party around the city to a tavern, which he claims to sense something familiar. His vagueness leads Neffy and Mushu to get into an argument. In the heat of the moment, Mushu blurts out, "Well, maybe you should stop turning people into fried chicken," nearly causing Neffy to have a breakdown, but she managed to keep it together, barely. In the tavern, Xavier used Detect Good and Evil to try and find out what Mushu was sensing. Upon casting it, he gets a splitting headache as he detected an entire crowd of fae, fiends, and aberrations directly below him. Turns out that there's a very exclusive tavern below this one with an entrance in the back. Using Mushu, the party learns the password, which is in deep speech and translates to "Night for lies, rightful eyes, leap leap down the dark." On their way into the tavern, they notice a sign called Briar's Tavern, which is the exact same place that Xavier was told to find in a vision. Alright, and that is it. That is the PCM legacy that we have been a little...
Oh, man. Our girl has been through a lot.
Yes, a lot.
Oh, PCM. Poor PCM. I don't know. I'm just throwing it back at you. Glad you like Ori's rendition, Audio Chaos.
Thank you. I edited it down. PCM gave a lot more information, but I didn't want it to go on forever. So I did cut out some bits and things, but I'm glad that you enjoyed the rendition.
Oh yeah, Anima, the stream was dying in the beginning. We just were having some connection problems happening.
Yeah, it
so
just fluctuated
that
a ton.
explains that. Oh my gosh, please,
Yeah,
PCM. I'd
do so,
love
do
to see
so.
those. Absolutely. Right. That was incredible to hear about.
Indeed.
I gotta say, I do love that the dragon was named Mushu.
Oh, it's a shadow serpent.
Shadow serpent. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Not a dragon. The dragon was the other creature.
Yes, the dragon.
But there was
the
a
other
dragon.
thing. It was a pseudo dragon, and then there was also a dragon. Lots of stuff.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay.
Wild.
So, what we have to talk about is that Mars and I had our very first actual Pathfinder session last week. Last Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
Small dragon suckling. The cooler Mushu,
I don't
indeed.
know, Audio Chaos. Mushu is pretty tough to beat.
That is very
He's
true.
already so cool. But I will say, you've done a great job.
It's a lot of work, Anima. I don't think that they'll be sad, if you don't. I know that I eventually get to draw my tables stuff. I'm not even the DM right now. My tables characters, but they happily deal with it until then. So,
Hey, Adelport, welcome to the stream.
Well, yeah. So Pathfinder was very fun. So we're actually playing the Pathfinder 2E starter box first, and then it'll go into Dylan's like homemade campaign, because the point is
that's why we have such a scripted dungeon.
yeah, so that's so it's very specific there. He didn't TPK us, though we are very afraid, and he pointed that out. So
We are
essentially,
so cautious.
I'll give the rundown. So we have, I'm a summoner. I'm an Anadi summoner, so that means I am a small dog-sized spider, a medium-sized spider that has a summoner pet who can talk. Okay, it can talk. And if it dies, I die. We're connected in that way. That's my whole thing.
Think of it as that soul link.
Yeah, it's really great. Mars is a puppet, a living puppet that has a ferret familiar, and her name is Miss Molly.
Yes.
And
my ferret's name is Hibernate.
Yes, Hibernate.
Because it's amazing. And I adore this little ferret.
My name is Lycori, and my summon's name is Omphalo. And then we have Dylan's brother. His character is a skeleton, but we don't know that yet, as he is fully covered in armor, so we can't see that he's a skeleton. And he is, if I remember correctly, he is what is called a champion, which is kind of like a fighter, kind of, sort of.
It's similar. That much I do know.
And then finally, we have our last person, who is playing a automaton. So the closest thing to that is Warforged, but they honestly look a lot more robotic than a Warforged might. So it's like not particularly fully human shaped. It's kind of more pointy and this sort of thing. So definitely on the more robotic side. And their name is Aloria. Dylan's brother, the skeleton's name is Kassir, I think, right? Kassir?
Kassir?
I think it's Kassir.
Actually pull it
and
up.
then the automaton, again, we don't know is an automaton yet because they're wearing like a cloak. Their name is Aloria, and they play a class called a psychic, which is you have magic, but you have a curse, and like using your magic can exaggerate your curse.
So it was Casimir.
Casimir, okay.
Casimir de Lanche.
Yeah, Casimir was the skeleton. And then was there anything else there? That's that. We forgot Mars is a witch. Mars is a witch.
I am a primal witch. I mainly a winter witch.
Winter witch.
I mainly focus on primal spells.
Yes,
which is very cool.
Yes, Ivan is a cult.
Please don't burn me. I am a puppet, and I will not survive that.
Aloria, the psychic, is also a cult. The summoner, is also a cult. And that is all our magics.
Yes, I believe so.
No, I'm sorry. Casimir has a bit of magic, and it is divine, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I forget that Casimir has magic.
But very little magic. All right, so we started the session where all of us didn't know each other, and we were all just on the outskirts of this town in various areas doing whatever we wanted. I, in particular, was truffle hunting, looking for shrooms, having a jolly old time with my summon, Omphalo. He's a great guy. When a small rat folk, mouse person, in a suit and tie, hurries up to us, frantic, calling for our help and giving a note with a gem.
I should mention that we were all separate at this point.
We were all
hadn't
separate.
Met each other yet.
And this note talked about finding a brother, saving a brother. So we went into the town and found the one building out of all the other destroyed and empty ones, for which a lot of caravans were moving people into. We found the one building that had smoke coming out of the chimney, which turned out to be a bakery. And in this bakery, we met another rat folk, wearing a red hat. And his name was Mawio. And Mawio pleaded with us, begged us to help him find his missing brother, Luigi. He didn't know where Luigi went. He hadn't seen Luigi.
You keep pausing.
I'm waiting, and then you don't start.
Again. But I should also mention the town that we were visiting. It was originally called 10. It had been scratched out and was replaced with Nindo. So that was the new name for this town.
So it was Nin, 10 scratched out, Do. That's how it looked like. And so,
I swear we're not a meme group.
Dylan is a meme. There's no doubt about that. So after some discussing and talking about, we found out that likely Luigi had entered a mysterious cellar. That no one went, no one had gone into. It had been broken open from the inside. And down was a literal trail of breadcrumbs, garlic breadcrumbs, to Luigi. So we went down into the cellar.
Assumedly
by Luigi. We went down into the cellar, and we explored some old barrels of flour that had been cracked open, and I found some notes about the previous resident that talked about they were very happy here, and they had no intention of leaving. But that's not what the town seemed to show. We fought, I think it was 4 dire rats.
It was 4 dire rats that came running out of this hole.
A black abyssal hole.
Initially, I had been exploring some barrels, and I found some scratches on them. Definitely caused by these dire rats, no doubt.
So after killing the rats, we ventured through the hole.
And nearly dying ourselves.
And found a ledge. And so I, being a spider, went to crawl down the ledge. And now I had taken a hit in the last fight, right? I had 19 health. I took 9 points of damage. I went to go climb down this ledge. I failed epically, horribly, terribly, and went splat, losing 5 more hit points. So now I'm at 5 hit points. I don't got a lot of 5 hit points. I don't got a lot.
Which led to this hilarious confusion with a medical kit that we had gotten from the previous room. So, little bit outside the game, but Ori and I were looking at our character sheets, and we were trying to determine who was better at medicine to do all this healing. So,
I thought it was Mars. A lot of
miscommunication. Well, see, Pathfinder is interesting because on the sheet, think of it like proficiency. You can be trained in a certain thing. So I had training in medicine. I had T3, I believe. And I forget what my actual
5?
I think it was the modifier number was. Was it 5?
No,
5?
It was 3. It was 3. I had 5.
Oh, that was 3 too? Okay, so yeah, I read her my training number instead of the modifier number, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you're much better for this job. Go, you take the wheel on this one." So Miss Molly
it turned out I was much better. She failed. She didn't heal me.
Well, I healed myself, funny enough.
Yes,
I somehow
barely.
got every single one of my hit points back because I had lost 10 in the fight. I have 17 health as a poppet, and I had lost 10, so I was down to 7. I was kind of hurting, but I somehow got all those back. I don't know, luck of the dice. But when I tried to heal Ori, or Lycori, oh, there's an easy way to remember. Yeah. Ori Lycori.
Not intended. Happy accident.
Happy accident indeed. It failed horribly.
Yeah, real bad.
So essentially all my character was doing, she's very childlike. She's definitely got the naivete of a young child. So in game, all she's doing is putting band-aids on Lycori, but not even like the areas where she's injured. She's just like the little kid saying,
just like playing doctor.
Band-aid. That makes it better.
Yeah, literally playing doctor. And I was very kind. I let her do it. I made her believe that she was helping me. She wasn't. So I only had 10 hit points.
Not at all.
Went to climb down this ledge. Rolled. Failed spectacularly. Fell. lost 5 hit points. Now I'm at 5 hit points. From 19,
being
I'm at 5.
flat on the
Everybody
ground.
else is full health. Everybody else is full health. I'm not.
I just love the idea that the spider failed to climb and just plummeted to a
Again, I
starfish
don't
like
have a
Wile E.
climbing
Coyote.
speed. All it means is that I'm not, like, caught off guard while climbing. That's all being a spider means.
It was amazing.
So then we found some mushrooms. Didn't know what they were. I picked one. Didn't eat it. Nothing bad happened. Then we found a large spider web. We attempted to not disturb the spider, probably in the web, and attempted to jump around some of the little wispies of the spider thing. Now, in Pathfinder, you can help people do things where if you're good at a skill, you can roll, and if you get above a certain DC, you then give them benefits. However, if you get below a certain amount, you might actually hinder them in doing that. Now,
So it's called aid, I believe.
yeah. Now, my summon can actually do this for me, and he is very good at dexterity-related things, which is jumping. So he helps me. He successfully helps me. I get a benefit. Then I still horribly fail and fall right onto the spiderweb. I'm the first one to try to go through because I'm the most dexterous. Fail so bad. I fall right on the web. Trigger the spider. Now we're in spider fight. I have 5 hit points, okay? 5 hit points in the spider fight.
It was a dire situation.
So I broke
At
out
least
all
for,
the
like,
stops.
Tori.
And my summon can actually gain plus 20 feet of movement by doing a very simple thing. Action economy wise, I won't get into it. And thus got up right in the spider's face, and his AC was too high, so he never got hit, so thus I didn't die. It was very good, very nice. I later find out that Dylan was like, no, the whole point was he was supposed to be kind of hard to get to and would use, like, ranged attacks, but my summon was just too epic. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm dealing with the bot.
Oh, man. You know what? I'll take a bot over any other technical difficulty, in all honesty.
Shush. Shut up.
Oh, crap. I
Why
take
do
it
you say
back!
things? Alright. And so, we managed to kill the spider. We move on. We keep moving through the dungeon. We come to a fork in the road. We learn that the breadcrumbs go left. However, to the right, there's a lot of magical vibes, and a barricade put up to prevent something from coming out of that way, it looks like. It's built from our side. I learned from the previous residents that there was a legend about a sort of burial site down there that's supposedly full of wealth and treasures and stuff, but it's probably cursed. Was essentially the vibe.
Not probably. It is highly
Or
likely.
haunted, something like that.
Definite.
So I didn't say anything to the party because I didn't want to go down that way because I was feeling real bad and unhealthy, incredibly unhealthy.
She was feeling very squishy.
Feeling so squishy, so I didn't want to go down that way. So we continue on, and we find some doors. And of course, even though I didn't want to go in there, Aloria and Casimir wanted to go in there. They open the room to find a shrine to a sort of squid god of nature and neutrality, and a bowl of water.
Totally not suspicious at all.
Yeah, that doesn't feel, concerning at all. I don't know. But didn't do anything with that. We moved on. And finally, we ran into some kobolds that were banging at the bars of this sort of area that had some crates and stuff inside. And we weren't trying to fight.
Get in.
We weren't trying to fight, so... You can tell this part, Mars, since it's your character.
Okay. Sure. So, because they're kobolds, they were speaking Draconic. Now, my character...
Well, we didn't know they were speaking Draconic. We assumed they spoke Draconic. They weren't really saying anything.
thought Dylan said they were speaking
No,
Draconic.
no, no. No, no, no. Kesimir just assumed that they only knew Draconic.
Oh, okay. So, well, under the assumption that these kobolds spoke Draconic, Miss Molly knows Draconic. So she offered to talk with them. Miss Molly is a very eager, very earnest person. Oh, they did end up speaking common, funnily enough. But, yeah, they were pretty freaked out when a poppet started talking to them. Because Miss Molly, she's only like 1.5 feet tall. So they're just hearing a disembodied voice speaking Draconic to them. Oh, good night, Anima. We shall.
Good night.
And unfortunately, I think it was Casimir, wasn't it? Who started like, I'm trying to remember what he said specifically, because we definitely pissed them off because they want to fight. Like we're in this fight now, in the next session.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, talking to them did not work.
Didn't work that time, sadly.
Very, very sadly.
Yeah, and that was our session.
That was.
Very fun, very excited.
Honestly, I thought it was so fun. I really love playing Miss Molly, to be honest. Like, think of the earnest nature of Buddy Elf and Angel from No Evil. That is essentially the concept I'm going for.
Yeah.
Minus all the screaming that Will Ferrell does.
Yeah. I think we definitely like Pathfinder so far. I really like it. I honestly feel like it's pretty straightforward to do.
I really like that spells have critical failures and critical successes. It just feels like the numbers mean something, like there's layers to it. Like it's not just, if you get this high number, you succeed. If you get this number, you don't. It's, oh, if you get this number, well, you do succeed. But if you get this number, you super succeed.
Yeah, so essentially, the way that crits work in Pathfinder is that you have a system of you have a critical failure, you have a failure, you have a success, and you have a critical success. And now that has nothing to do with nat 20s and nat 1s.
No,
not really.
At all.
It has a little bit to do with it. Essentially, if you roll DC or higher, that is a success. However, if you roll 10 higher than the DC, that is a critical success, right? So if Mars has a spell save DC of, let's say, 15, and the enemy rolls 16, regular success. Something, whatever happens. If they roll mathematically 25, that's 10 above 15, they would have a critical success, where they would have less bad things happen, or maybe even good things happen. If they roll beneath 15, like a 14, they get a failure, whatever. But if they roll a 5 or lower, they get a critical failure, where worse stuff happens to them than is normal. The same thing happens with like attacking. So if you roll above 10 of a creature's AC, that's a critical hit. If you roll below 10, that's a critical fail, and these sort of things. And that is throughout the game, with everything, with checks, with all this sort of stuff. Now, what a nat 20 or a nat 1 does is it moves your degree of success up or down 1. So let's say you get a nat 20, right? If you get a nat 20, and your nat 20, let's say, only mathematically adds up to 22, right? And let's say the DC was 15. That's not on its own a critical success. That's just a regular success. But the nat 20, being a nat 20, forces it up 1 success level to critical success. Same with the other way. If you roll a nat 1, but mathematically you still manage to get like a 10, okay, and the DC was 15, even though you still technically only normal failed, because it was a nat 1, it pushes you down 1 degree of success to critical failure. So what that means is that you can still succeed, you know, on a nat 1 if it's really... There's not a level above critical success. No. It's critical failure, failure, success, critical success.
Critical
and
success.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the highest you can get.
Which is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, there's not too much there to keep track
And
of.
some spells have special things that happen in these tiers. Some have, like, average things that happen in these tiers. It depends on the spell. All that sort of stuff. Really fun. And there's, like, you know, there's really in-depth jumping rules. The other big difference is that there's no short rests in the sense of D&D has. Yeah, exactly, Delport. So if you're already rolling plus 10 of the DC because the DC is like 10 and you are automatically getting 20s or higher, the nat 20 doesn't help you in any way.
Oh, no worries, Audio.
No worries,
We're
okay.
just talking about our Pathfinder session.
Yeah, we're talking about Pathfinder. The other big difference is the way that short rests work. So in Pathfinder, they really want you to take short rests. Short rests take only 10 minutes. And, you know, you get certain things back on a short rest. However, you don't have hit die. There's no hit die. So you can't spend hit die on a short rest. What you do instead is you can use the medical kit that we talked about earlier to heal yourself and others. Now, once you use a medical kit on someone, fail or success, doesn't matter, you can't use it on them again for an hour. That is how it works. It's not that bad, PCM. You know, a short rest would take an hour anyway, but this means that, like, you don't have to worry about as much spells and stuff. You know, a lot of stuff gets back on a short rest and all those sort of things.
Which is super nice.
So
honestly, I really like it.
So the way spells are broken down in Pathfinders, you have the good heavens to Audio Chaos learning Pathfinder. It's really fun so far, Audio Chaos. It's definitely a lot of rules, but if you do it. No, 100% Bart Starter. You do have to roll for it, so that's what happens, is you do have to beat a DC of 15 with a medical check, so you can fail. But otherwise, yeah, it is essentially free heal every hour, which is pretty nice. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh, so there's three different kinds of spells in Pathfinder. You have your cantrips. They work the same way you think cantrips do. You have your leveled spells. Work the same way in D&D. However, you also have something called focus spells that spell classes have. And these focus
I thought it
spells...
was hexes.
Yours are specifically called hexes.
Oh.
They're all called focus spells. And then everybody's
okay.
is flavored a certain way. So yours are called hexes. Aloria's are called something else. And mine is called something else. But the general term is called a focus spell. And what that is you get a certain amount of those as well. Essentially slots. But you get those slots, you get one of those slots back every time you short rest. So that's really nice. So they're pretty powerful spells. Like they're pretty good. But you get one slot of your focus spells back on a short rest. So that's really nice too. So it makes you want to spend resources more. So concentration is a little different, Bart Starter. The way concentration works in Pathfinder is kind of interesting. Is that you have something that's... What is it called? It's like...
Have we had a scenario with
you haven't yet.
Concentration
You haven't yet.
I didn't think so.
But it's called sustained. That's what it's called. So in Pathfinder, you get 3 actions per round. They're just flat actions. Some things cost 1 action. Some things cost 2. Some things cost 3. Some things cost variable amounts. You get to choose, and they do different things depending on how many actions you spend. However, that's how the action economy works. Walking, moving your movement, costs 1 of these actions. Okay? So that's how the math works out. Spells that are sustained have a sustaining cost. So you might cast a spell for 2 actions, but to sustain the spell, it'll cost you 1 action every turn to continue sustaining the spell for however many minutes it allows you to do so. So that's how the concentration
sort
works.
Of like concentration.
Yeah. So that's how the concentration works. It's very interesting like that. I'm special as a summoner's class because I effectively get a 4th action. Which is really fun.
Oh, well, look who's so special.
No, I really am. I'm incredibly special. I'm super special. And then you also have reactions. You get your reaction 1 a round. You get it back at the end of your turn. And that's how it all works. That's essentially the big things we did in Pathfinder so far.
Yes. Sans sustaining.
Yeah, that one I know because I talked to Dylan about it. So yeah.
It's definitely different, but it's not so out of left field that you can't follow if you've done 5e before.
And I will say,
it's honestly pretty similar. It's just they're being called different things.
And I will say, having Dylan have read all the rules many times for a while is very helpful. So Audio Chaos,
yes.
if you're a person that can
Absolutely.
read rules and like learn from that, I highly recommend doing it because it just makes everything so smooth and sort of learning how to look things up. But honestly, after that, super easy. It wasn't as clunky as I feared it to be changing. You know, like you definitely sort of expect some clunkiness. But honestly,
I definitely expected more growing pain.
Yeah, but honestly, no offense, Mars.
That really didn't happen.
The clunkiness was still just choosing spells.
No, my clunkiness is I am trying to keep up with what everyone else is doing, and then as I start choosing my spells, I'm like, well, wait, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I don't want to do this. And yes, it does take a while from me. I am a perfectionist when it comes down to it at the end of the day, and that applies to D&D as well.
Oh.
But I will get better.
That's the other interesting thing about Pathfinder, is the way that attacking works. Pathfinder wants you to make different actions a turn. They don't want you to go up to an enemy and just hit. They want you to think about it. They want to give you other options because they give you so many options. There's so many just baked-in options that everybody gets to do. It's insane. It's really fun. They want you to like use actions to learn about enemies, to find their weaknesses. Like, it's really, really fun. And no, exactly, PCM. Pathfinder is D&D, but they take a lot of pressure off the DM to come up with rules on the fly. Right? So all the balancing is there. All the, like, you know, that sort of thing. Like, that was the intent.
It exists from day one.
Of doing it. Right? And so, no, exactly. Exactly, the Del part. I know you know that. No, we do. And we really enjoy it. We really enjoy it, Delport. We're having a great time. But so the attacking is you actually get penalized every time you attack after your first attack. Yeah, there's maneuvers, there's moving around, there's learning about the enemies, they're doing all this crazy stuff.
There's a whole lot.
Again, Extreme Bulk Guy, start with D&D. D&D is the diving board, right? Pathfinder is the deep end, okay? And all the other stuff that's, like, more rules-heavy than D&D is the deep end. Like, a lot of stuff. I feel like Cyberpunk's on the rules-heavy side.
I don't know much about Cyberpunk, so I wouldn't be able to say. But start with 5e. I don't think jumping straight into Pathfinder is the right choice, because it is a lot more to think about. But, yeah, so if you attack, it's normal, you know, plus to hit, whatever. If you attack a second time, however, you get a minus a certain amount. And then if you attack a third time, you get minus even more. So it's harder to hit. Whoop. Oh, what happened there?
I hit my mic stand with my hand.
Oh, no.
It's
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it's an adjustment, but it's not so jarring that you can't follow along.
but complicated video games is a lot different than complicated TTRPG. It's just a lot clunkier when you're like not knowing what it is. We have a heavy addicted martial art, okay? So our one player plays champion right now. It's his first time playing Pathfinder. And I'm impressed that he hasn't complained yet. So, that's a good sign in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
I think, I think you have to sort of realize that there's other shit to do, right? Like, D&D is highly focused on, like, there is an optimal way to go about this, right? Like, there is a path. As Dylan likes to say when he was a rogue, there is a sneak attack flowchart, right? That he has to follow in order to get sneak attack every time. Otherwise, his turn is sort of useless, right? There is a flow, there's a method, it's repetitive, right? In Pathfinder, there are so many things to do that they want to force you to do those things, right? And on top of that, the enemies get the multi-attack negative rule, right? Like, the enemies get it too. It's not just us. The enemies attacking the same multiple times also get this penalty. So it forces the DM to do different stuff with them, right? So it's not just the players getting it. Yeah, no, exactly, Delport. They wanted to be rules light and ended up somewhere in the middle. But, so, I don't think it'll be as bad as you might be worried about. Because, like I said, we're talking this guy that we play with.
Oh, I don't think it would be
hates
bad at
wizards, hates magic. Yet
Oh,
he's
yeah.
playing a character with a little bit of magic.
them.
A wee bit of magic, so I don't know. I would just hold out hope. Because we lost all hope for him, I will say. I'm glad, Audio. I was definitely a bit skeptical at first. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, I personally am not someone that is like, I can read a book and get the rules. It's definitely like a bit confusing. Having Dylan more than willing to be the lighthouse essentially and, you know, read all of the stuff and learn it all, I think is really what also helped this go smoothly. But on top of that, like, I've been playing 5e for, you know, like 3-4 years now. I think it's 3 years. So has Dylan, so has his brother. Our other player who plays Aloria has been in it for, I think, the 2 now, and Mars is just coming up on just about 1 and change. So, you know, we definitely have experience.
I was at least at 2 at this point.
Are you at 2?
I thought I was, but maybe not. Thought I started in 2020.
Did you start? I don't even know anymore. Time is an illusion after 2020.
It happened at the same time as the comic.
Oh, okay. There you go, 2 years. Wow.
Woo!
Look at that. But the point is that we weren't like new to TTRPGs. I think if you tried to start with Pathfinder, it'd be a lot more daunting.
Oh,
and that's the benefit.
It would be a struggle.
That's the benefit that like 5e gives, is that it is like a gateway TTRPG, right?
Like a gateway, a foundation, definitely.
It just gives you the general vibes. It makes you think a certain way, right? Like, it does make you sort of have to, you know, you think a certain way with TTRPGs. If you ever listen to Cinder talk about, like, how people who, like, play RPG video games come to a table and they act very differently than somebody who plays tabletop, you know, a lot. So it's like that sort of thing. So it's definitely a mindset, but I definitely recommend looking into it.
Beast altogether.
We had so much fun the first time with Star Wars. This bug is for someone's Star Wars campaign.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
No, it is definitely.
I don't know.
It's
Is
definitely...
it hard to track? I definitely
that
don't
is
have
how
experience.
so Bart Starter's right. That is how it works. In D&D, resistance just means you half that type of damage. Immunity means you just don't take that type of damage. In Pathfinder, resistance has a number, and you subtract that number from the damage taken. So if I'm resistance to fire 5, I subtract 5 from any fire damage I take. So it is a little more math heavy. So it's definitely a little more like stuff going on, like Bart Starter says. But you kind of benefit and you kind of lose out, right? Like I don't think there's ever going to be a perfect system, because at one side you're going to have to poor DM with his calculator, but on the other side on 5e, poor DM with having to balance things on the fly constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a big ask. The DM's already doing a lot. They're writing a story. They're making up characters. They're basically doing improv on the fly.
Yeah. In 5e,
it is incredibly demanding.
In 5e, poor DM having to homebrew every single encounter because the D&D ones are kind of boring. I don't know. Don't come at me.
I feel like that's an Ori personal grievance.
Or that, like, you have to homebrew every encounter just because CR is a horrible system in 5e and it's not balanced at all, so it doesn't matter. Whee! Where in Pathfinder, at least the math works out.
I feel like you saying that, shots fired.
Yes. Mars, I don't know if you remember the time that I almost accidentally killed you all because CR is stupid.
Oh, I do very much remember.
Yes.
I remember. I have not forgotten. I mean, not as scarred as a TPK, but still relatively scarred.
Exactly. No, we're all scarred. So Dylan was the DM that gave us all our first TPK. Well, not his brother. His brother played Warhammer 40k Rogue Nation. Rogue One? It's not Rogue One. Rogue Trader. That's the word I want. Rogue Trader. So he TPK'd a lot there.
Definitely
but
not
Mars,
Rogue One.
Aloria's player, and me all had our first TPK under Dylan's DMing. So we're pretty paranoid right now. A bit of trauma there.
Yeah, a little bit, just slightly, I'm sure we'll be fine.
But audio, see, that is like an adaptation you had to make, right? Like that's the sad thing, right? Everybody has a little trick, a little whatever. But like, let's say you want to have one big boss. Why should you have to shove in more enemies? Or running more monsters is difficult. Like, isn't it nice to just have it all good and work out? Dying is fun. I highly disagree, Barstarter. No, it's more the idea of like, I'm much more okay with like one character dying. Because I'm sad that we didn't get to see that story come to fruition, right?
But when it's Ori's character who dies and the whole story just ends...
Yeah, that's the worst. The TPK is the worst, because then it's just over, right? We don't get to do anything else. That story, everything, done the plan is gone. It's definitely sad.
All that character development went poof.
Well, that's very true, Audio Chaos, that there is a level of, RNG with any TTRPG. It's much better when you can actually use math in the first place. And in D&D, nah. Because in D&D, if you give magic items at a rate that's not none of them ever, CR goes out the window. Or if you have somebody that is particularly good at making characters, CR goes out the window. Or if you have someone that's particularly not trying to make a fun character, it goes out the window.
I will agree, Bartstar. Sometimes dying, especially as a writer, so I do have to agree with this. If it's epic, it can be very fun.
Again, ours was not unepic.
I wouldn't say ours was unepic. It's just... the way it ended, I just felt so empty so in shock.
I think really, a lot of it.
5 stages of grief. I was in denial.
I think a lot of it with this specific TPK. There's too many T's in these acronyms. With this specific TPK, what had happened was that we died not even part of the main storyline. We died on a random chance that we got teleported into the abyss. The abyss?
We also died on a side quest, essentially.
No. So we died on a side quest that we didn't even want to take. And then we were tempted with Robot Pirate Island. And that's what killed us. Plus the dice hating us. And Mars being a first-time player and Dylan not helping her enough.
To be fair, you guys gave me so much help in the following campaign.
Well, because Dylan had the realization of, like, she didn't know. Maybe we should have said something.
Okay, so here's a perfect example of how playing video game RPGs doesn't always translate to tabletop RPGs. In video game RPGs, I am an item hoarder. I do not typically use my strongest weapons, especially if there's like a limit of some kind on them. I typically try not to use potions. I'm using like heal spells and stuff like that. That is how I play video games because I am an item hoarder. I quickly learned you cannot do that in D&D. It's go big or go home.
Yeah,
if you got them, use them.
Yeah.
I should have been using that lightning rapier like every chance I got, but I was like, I only have 3 charges. I need to save them for when the real big bad comes. No. And I think I corrected very heavily with Gilith.
Mm-hmm. You definitely did better.
I was trying to use her stuff as much as possible.
Don't worry, Mars, though. You and the rest of the party, except Dylan, had perpetual out of sight, out of mind syndrome in the in post haste.
Actually,
you really did. No, exactly, auto chaos.
Like, here's your new toy to play with. Okay, tosses it in pile.
Literally though. No. It was so bad. Dylan's character. So Dylan's character wrote a letter. Really brief, a secret letter that the party didn't know about, okay? And he got correspondence that only he knew who the name that the letter was to was actually him, right? And under like a pen name.
Ori's campaign, not the campaign we got TPK'd in.
Yeah, this is a different campaign. This is my campaign. That it was penned to. So he was trying not to let the party know that he knew what this letter was. His brother's characters, Calazar, took the letter, saying, yeah, I know who it is, lying, and put it in his pocket, immediately forgetting about it, as Dylan's rogue character, Oztagor, stole it, pickpocketed him, read it, and he never knew. He never thought about it again. He never even looked to see where it was, tried to deliver it, never tried to open it. It was gone. He put it in his pocket and never thought about it again.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Too much.
I definitely like how in the last campaign, like, so there was an item called an earworm. Basically, if you, why is the word I'm thinking of resonate? That's not the, attune!
Mm-hmm, that's why.
The word.
Because it had the word tune in it.
Resonate is not the word.
No, resonate
but
is
it's
not
the only one coming to mind. Anywho. So if you have this earworm that you attune to, basically it goes in your ear and it burrows into your brain, and it allows you to hear the thoughts of others and dig past the surface level if you choose to use it that way. They will be alerted to its usage, though, the person you're trying to read the mind of. Not so much the use is exactly, more like the feeling of, okay, who's trying to read my mind?
It's detect thoughts. It can cast detect thoughts.
Yes, essentially. That is the layman's way of describing it. But yeah, so I think I didn't use it super regularly, but I definitely was using it fairly consistently. Like,
hello,
I did
Extreme
try
Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Hey, Extreme Smoky Mountain Wrestling. That is a name. Is there anything you like to be called by?
Yeah, which word is your favorite in that username?
I gotta say, I'm partial to Smokey.
Oh, Smokey's good. But now we have 2 extremes.
Yes, we do. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I wasn't using it all the time, but I was using it pretty consistently.
For a bit.
Well, Ostrogor brought up the idea of, what if it's corrupting you? Like, this thing literally burrowed into your brain. This might be bad. I stopped using it like almost immediately after, which kind of turned out to be a good thing because every time I used it, turns out it was giving these creatures who were after us a ping essentially of where we were. So, like, wrong solution, correct answer. Basically.
I don't know what that means, Smoky Mountain. Can I a Bruce Lee? Not sure.
Is that what you'd like to be called?
I'm not doing stream commissions right now, Smoky Mountain. I'm working on commissions that I have.
Yeah, so this is a very cool one. It's a bug for a Star Wars themed campaign, I think you said, Ori?
I believe it is the Star Wars RPG.
Star Wars RPG, yes.
Yeah.
It's super cool. It looks super awesome. I love how you did the mandibles. Those are great.
Well, they asked for it to be scarier.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, make it menacing.
That it eats rocks, so it should eat rocks.
But Extreme Smoky Mountain Wrestling, we're talking a little bit about Pathfinder as well as some of our past experiences with 5e. And people are also sharing their experiences in the chat. So if you'd like to share one of yours, please.
All right.
But yeah, I tried to use that item consistently, and then it was suggested that it might be a bad idea, and I was like, okay, never using that again.
They are Bart starter.
Friendship ended with earworm.
Oh no. Worked out.
No, so Extreme Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Ori's working on this. I believe there's 2 commissions she's working on, but that's the focus for tonight.
Yeah, we're talking about Pathfinder,
anything else we can talk about with Pathfinder?
I think if anybody has questions about Pathfinder, maybe I know them so far. But
oh yeah, please do.
But yeah, we're talking about tabletop role-playing games.
Yes.
A glass cannon? Well,
indeed, Bard Starter.
That's all the good enemies.
Oh, yes, do tell, PCM. We'd love to hear it.
We've been silent on Polaroid for a while now.
We really have. I've been curious, that's for sure.
Alrighty.
But, oh, I gotta ask, Ori, what was your inspiration for the voice for Lycori?
Bye, Extreme Smoky Mountain.
See you, Extreme Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Thanks for hanging.
Thanks for stopping by. It was my attempt at doing, what's her name? Dee Vasquez from the
I was really
Ace
getting
Attorney.
that vibe with her.
Yes. That was the attempt.
It was such a strong vibe.
I'm glad. Yeah, Dylan picked up on it too. That was what it was.
You know, it worked.
You shall prevail, Extreme. I think he came for the word commission in the title. That I was doing like art for people.
Probably.
In stream. I only do that if you're here for 35,000 points.
Yeah, seriously. Ori's a busy girl. Can't be taking random commissions.
I'm glad that when I saw everybody's points, I confirmed that it's not all just going to happen at once, which is nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That definitely makes things easier on you.
That is what it was, Johnum, which is definitely something I want. Yeah, years indeed. You have to watch stream for 35,000 years. Oh God, I am unable to drink water this evening. Apparently.
Oh, jeez.
As I keep taking a sip and spilling everywhere, almost like I have a dribble cup, which I don't. I just have a drinking problem, apparently.
And that's how my drinking problem started.
Exactly.
I don't believe it's a UI error, Delport. I think it's
Yeah, so
I think
Delport.
it's one of our new changes.
Yeah, so Delport, we decided that we preferred to be able to stream on both YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. And that unfortunately means that we have to not be affiliates, which takes away those points integrated in Twitch chat. However, we do have points integrated in a different way, so you can say like
Yes. So they still exist, Delport. I just don't think they're visible
yeah.
like they used to
So
be.
if you remember how many seeds you have, Delport, you're more than welcome, and I will add them back. But right now they are unfortunately a little reset because I can't look up everybody's. So it's through a site called Stream Elements instead of Twitch itself, and that's because we wanted to be on YouTube. That was sort of what we gave up.
Yes. It was a compromise, but we decided it was worth it.
Yeah. Yep, that's the change. That's why they're not integrated anymore.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm all the way down here. Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
curious is good, Delport. Curious gets you far in life.
These look like rock-crushing mandibles now, right?
Oh, I would say so. They definitely look like they do some damage.
What's the benefit about the points being now this way instead of integrated with Twitch is that I can actually award points for things.
Yes.
And I've been doing that. So, like when we play chat games on Tuesdays now, I award points for that, depending on the scores you get in the games for when we... Not Gardic Phone, because Gardic Phone doesn't really have like a win-lose thing. But for,
not really. That
but
one's
for
more of a
words
fun
on
thing.
stream or stream pairs that give you points for doing well, those we award points, seeds of knowledge for that. Also, on Wednesdays, it's not every Wednesday because Dylan only has so much material, but some Wednesdays we play a game called Crime or No Crime that's made by Dylan, and the first place gets 1,000 points, second place gets 500, and third place gets 100. So that's how you earn points there.
There are a lot more opportunities to earn points.
PCM's getting close.
Oh, man.
I also believe you might be able to, give points to people. I think you guys can give points to each other.
I think so, but we've never tested it. I don't know if anyone's feeling generous today.
One day. Well, Johnum's a hoarder. That's what I know. But there's also things that we could bet about. Ah, yes. Tell the Polaroid news.
Please, PCM, please.
Are you asking how I got them in the feed?
I mean, I'm just glad you're seeing them,
Wants to
Bart
dance
Starter.
for some points. Yeah, you said you had Polaroid news earlier tonight, PCM. We're excited.
Oh, did you post it in the Discord? I'm scrolling through chat. I don't see
Oh, but I see everybody's fancy outfits. Very nice. Bear in a suit is a vibe, though. I gotta say.
I do see fancy outfits.
Bear in a
Fancy
suit's a
outfits
vibe.
Yeah, PCM. I'm not sure.
Is it up in the chat? Did I miss it?
I'm scrolling up and I don't see it.
Oh.
No, I'm
Let
sorry,
me see.
PCM. It
I'm
might not have
checking
come
in it.
through.
Bart Starter. I'm checking up on points.
Yeah, I'm sorry, PCM. If you did type it, it never came through for us. I'm so sorry.
It's
Are they now?
exclamation
Wow.
give points. Oh. Yeah, so if you type...
See, PCM, it's always fun when the DM gets to be a part of the campaign. Now they can't torture you anymore.
Well, this is a different DM. Different campaign. You made him cry? Oh no!
Well, but audio is a player in the Polaroid campaign.
Yeah, I
It
know.
can't hurt you anymore.
I see. Yeah, so it's exclamation give points, space the username, and then space the amount of points. Don't put commas or decimals or anything like that. We can also do betting eventually. We can bet on things. We might do that more in Ace Attorney. I can make bets happen.
Oh.
You're just giving the hoarder more hoard, Bart Starter? Is that really what you want to do? He will never ever spend them.
Isn't that what we call an enabler?
Yeah,
I don't know,
probably.
PCM, you're a pretty good storyteller.
I don't have power over you anymore, Bart Starter. I mean, you could have spent it on, like, making Randy say stuff in stream. You know? We got the store. That's the vibe. You've been exposed. I don't think I even have, like, any points, but I can give myself points when I want. This is...
Well, now that is just too much power.
There's also, like, there's a cool thing. The raffle for, like, we can do raffles now with points, where you can buy tickets with your points. That's something we can do now. So honestly, it's a lot better this way, in my opinion. Is that why it didn't work?
The whisper.
I found out a problem. That was all my problem. Oh, what? There's bingo?
What happened?
You can play bingo?
Oh my gosh, guys, Ori is learning so much.
I'm learning a lot.
All these things she can give you.
AudioCast is the one who cried, damn.
Oh boy.
I see, Bart
I
Starter.
can only imagine where this went.
I see. You know what? Based. Johnum's gained too much power with all his points. Oh god.
That must have been one heck of an RP.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
All this
Based.
build up.
Yeah, this better be a freaking hella
I
good
don't know
story.
what happened.
Okay.
Do you usually stream it, PCM? They must have good reason.
Yeah, if everybody wants to.
Well, add us into that group of streamers then.
At very least, it gives you the ability to have it recorded for all posterity, right? That's the true secret.
I don't think we've ever done those conversions, Johnum.
Zero, Johnum. Well, I guess technically, if you want to be very technically, probably like 35,000 seeds is like $30, but you cannot cash out seeds for money. The only reason they have any sort of price is because that's how much like the commission would work out mathematically, right? So
how did you figure that?
that I figured, well, that's what a feature commission would cost. So
Oh, I see.
that's how. So if 35,000 seeds costs a feature commission, then that's how math works. And if you guys have any, Johnum, is there something that I could put as an option that's not just pure money in the stream store that you would want?
Ooh, that
you would spend your seeds
knowledge on. Well, Johnum ponders that.
And I see PCM. PCM, it's not your storytelling skills, but there's always a difference with the voices, right? And the emotion. You know, that's the difference.
Yes, the voices absolutely make it.
That's all the extra stuff you got going on there.
It adds to the drama, you know?
It doesn't matter how good it is. Ah, I see, Johnum. That's why you and Dylan get along, huh? Dylan's incredibly indecisive as well.
A Neffy portrait? Yeah, I'm on board.
No. Johnum has the points. Johnum can afford at least one character thing.
Come on, Johnum,
I'm very
what do
certain.
you say?
He has 57,000 seeds.
Oh my gosh.
He's almost at being able to afford 2. By time PCM is able to afford 1, Johnum will have been able to afford 2. That's all I'm gonna say. He's number 1 on the leaderboard. Look at him.
I want to know how many I have. I have not checked in a while.
You're probably number 2. Yep, you're number 2.
Yep.
Mars gets a lot of free art, though, so... See, Mars, you could use your points and give them out to people. That's your power.
I could. Hey, for a holiday gift, I'm down.
That is very true, Johnum. Then you won't be king. So I guess the secret, Johnum, is you wait for PCM and Anima to, Oh, Extreme Old Guy is 3rd?
I think so. I think we tallied everyone's the other night. I have a vague recollection of that.
Yep, Extreme Bulk Guy is 3rd. Yeah. So Johnum, you just have to wait for Extreme Bulk Guy and PCM to spend their points on the character thing, and then you can spend yours and still be on top, you know? That's the secret. Again, there's a lot of stuff we could do now with points. Like I said, betting, and there's bingo. I might try to do streamer bingo like we did with Cinder for a little bit, but where it's actually,
bingo would be fun.
but where you actually get points when you get bingo. So I don't know if there's things. I mean, stream going down could be a bingo, couldn't it? Knock on wood.
Stream going down. I think me saying the phrase "midnight brain."
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, I'm gonna write these down.
There's usually a stream where I say, "Oh, midnight brain is kicking in."
Yep, you do. You do.
Let's see. Can you guys think of any others?
Okay, so we got stream, disconnect. Remember, and this could be throughout like any streams, right? But I think that unlike Cinder's ones, I would just keep it to it has to happen all in the same stream. And we can see how that goes. Disconnect, midnight.
Johnum, should we be enabling this behavior?
I'm enabling it for Johnum, yes. No worries, PCM. We always get off topic.
Okay, but you can't blame us.
Oh yeah. What about like Cinder popping in?
Cinder popping in. Cinder block, yes.
Cinder. A Cinder bomb. That's what it was called.
Oh, Cinder bomb.
Cinder bomb.
You start with a B.
Cinder bomb. What else? Is there something Dylan does? Is there something I do? Do I say something? Is there something that you guys do? that's frequent enough?
Dylan, inappropriate joke as a free space.
That's pretty.
John, But is it a
That
free
is
space
true.
if you put something in it? A free space is just a free space. It doesn't have to meet a criteria.
Yeah, I like that Delport. Yeah, I think Dylan an appropriate joke is fine. Dylan pun is also definitely gonna happen.
Delport suggests Ori mentions trees.
I wrote that down. I see. That's fun, PCM.
It's always nice to have an assistant help you out with storytelling. This is why I always ask Ori if I'm forgetting something when I try to
that's why
explain
it's much better.
our latest,
That's why it's much better when we can both tell the story instead of just just Mars having to.
It's so much better. And we get to
do
talk
that.
for longer because you get to hear it from two characters' perspectives. Like, we are not going to have the same interpretation of the story or perspective on the story.
Oh, we all.
Not just as two different characters, but two different people.
I don't like that foreshadowing, PCM. Maybe, kind of.
I can see that, Bart Starter.
She
better
ain't
not
dead,
be
but
dead,
oh no.
PCM. Why are you doing this to us? Why
I don't know.
Are you scaring us?
PCM's cruel. I've stopped blaming Audio Chaos. It's PCM's fault at this point. They made Neffy be a bundle of anxiety. What? As Mars said, what, Jonam?
I don't know. I'm lost.
Apparently John has entered the Matrix. Or has been in the Matrix.
Did I say I can see that?
Oh, they
I
said
guess
the
I
same
did,
thing.
Jonam.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we're the same people now.
It's PCM's fault because PCM made a character that was just allowed to be a punching bag.
Oh, it's so sad.
Oh, it apparently doesn't
you,
feel that
Audio.
way, Audio Chaos. See, this is what I'm saying. See, you agree then. You agree that it's PCM's fault. See? I can't tell if PCM saying
Betrayal.
WH is just not getting to even say what, and it's just like, or it's what the hell.
It's either what the hell or he's like about to go what, and it's just like what like that kind of.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, everybody's gonna do it now.
I mean, hey, it's a good vibe.
What? That's what it is.
Oh, so it's Edgeworth when he's being tried. for
Warhammer.
murder.
No, exactly. Teleport, exactly. Okay. What else? There's a couple more bingos that we gotta do. We gotta
Oh,
have.
there's definitely a few. How many spaces do we need?
A lot. I think it's
Uh-oh.
4x4, so 16.
Oh, okay. Now that we have YouTube, anytime the stream bot appears.
Oh, yes. The stream bot. Okay.
Thank you, YouTube.
Oh, it's 5x5? How does 5x5 get 24? Oh, wouldn't it get 20?
Because one of them's a free space.
So wouldn't it be 20? Nah, I'm having issues.
Ha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, free space.
Okay, free space. Okay.
I know what I'm talking
Midnight
about.
brain.
So does Delport. Yep, Midnight Brain is kicking in.
It's only 10:40.
Don't worry, you still have an hour to go.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Stream bingo. Bibno. Bingo. Bluey
Ori,
and bingo.
I know you're feeling our lack of Bluey.
Yeah.
But I promise it'll come back. Don't have bingo withdrawal now.
Bingo's just so great.
Bingo is adorable. For anyone in the chats who watches Bluey, it's amazing. And if you don't, it's still amazing and you should watch it.
Yeah, watch it. It's
Most
just feel good, yes.
Wholesomeness I have ever seen in my life. Thank you, Australia.
Yeah, valid. Mentioned.
Into the tavern we go.
Should I say that Gormo the Skewer Cretin / the TPK gets mentioned? Do we say that frequently enough?
Usually on Thursdays. Yeah, I would say so. We do bring it up enough, especially with Dylan DMing this new campaign. Like, we're gonna continue to be cautious as hell. Ooh, sounds like a melting pot, PCM.
See, the only concern I have about it being like once a stream is that like we do really different things, you know, on each stream.
Yeah, it's not always.
So I feel like it would be once a week
consistent.
bingo, right? If you get bingo that week, so you have 3 streams to do it.
Well, since Dylan is on there, it's got to be Wednesday night.
Well, I'm saying that that bingo runs from Tuesday through Thursday, and
I see
anybody
what
who
you're
gets
saying.
bingo at that time gets bingo,
I
and
thought you were picking
then it
a
gets
day.
resets. No, I think that's what it would be. Yeah, always extreme okay. Sounds like a fun tavern though. Is mentioned. Okay, that's how many? 3, 6, 8. All right, we got 8.
Okay.
I'm hungry now. How dare
Only
you talk about
60
food?
more to go. Oh, here we go. Anytime Ori or I say we're hungry, I mean that comes up pretty often, where we're like, oh man, we need a snack.
That is very true, Dumport. That usually it's just easier to kind of randomize it, and I think it's better to just do it across, you know, the week.
Yeah, PCM, grab some grub. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, you know, try the local fare, the delicacies, and all that. Okay. Yeah, because it's not like stream bingo is gonna be that much. I think, you know, getting stream bingo will give you like 1,000 points.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, it's not a crazy amount, but you know,
Nice and balanced.
it's a
like all things
little
should be.
extra, just for fun. John, you know, you have, being the all-consuming, you have a special stomach that nobody else can have. Not everybody can do raw chicken. That's all I'm gonna say.
I remember a while ago, there was this show called Wife Swap. I don't know if anyone's heard of it.
I know
Do you
that
remember it,
show.
Ori?
Yeah.
There was a family on there that ate raw everything, including meat. And I mean, I'm not gonna knock what people prefer or their taste, but I could never. I'm sorry,
No.
salmonella is just too freaky and
No.
too real a
It's not
risk
even that.
that
Have you
I
guys?
cannot. Also, it's squishy and slimy.
No.
and
No. Raw chicken is crunchy. There's no other way of explaining it. If you have never had accidentally mildly undercooked chicken, consider yourself lucky. It is the worst feeling in the world because your body like knows that it's wrong. So if you eat a good piece of fully cooked chicken, it's nice and like soft, right? And tender. It's very good.
Jonathan, you just eat it like
It's
a
all the
snake.
same consistency.
Or
Well, he's the
crocodile,
all-consuming.
crocodile.
He's the all-consuming. So, you know, he just opens up and everything can go inside. Yeah, definitely PCM. But when you bite a piece of, let's say, medium chicken, it's crunchy, like in a bad way, and like not crispy. It's crunchy, and it's like it hurts your soul on the inside. There's no other way of explaiing it, and I'm not trying to
Already
recommend
hurting my soul.
go and try it, but I will
No,
say
please don't.
you haven't experienced pure cringe until you have bitten medium chicken.
Okay,
what
why
I'm gonna
did
say.
you experience that?
We make kebabs a lot of times, and those are like really thick cuts of meat sometimes, and so it's very hard to necessarily get every single piece of chicken sort of perfectly cooked. And one time, because my mother gets very impatient cooking, she didn't cook the chicken all the way through. And so sometimes you're just like finding out every once in a while that like, this piece of chicken was not cooked all the way through. And that is why.
Hello, I am to Manacle. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, hello.
Ah, I see. You're Boxic.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. See, PCM, everybody's coming over here.
Sounds like Boxic was having a pretty good night.
18. All right. We're in the Europe in this world, in this D&D world. The nobody?
Conquer the nobody?
Now I'm
so
confused.
confused.
That I don't understand. Oh, I should
maybe we should add a bingo point for where we say I'm so confused.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, she goes by nobody. Okay.
I see. I see.
Gonna call her Nanashi then. If anyone knows what that's a reference to, you're amazing.
Had to meet the human requirements of adulthood. Is it a Odysseus reference?
No.
Well, is the nobody a
But I
Odysseus
kind of
reference?
wish it was. Oh, is that how the ages work? Okay.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. Yeah. I think we can't mention our best girl's name.
Well, PCM, now that we know that it's nobody, I think we could still follow along.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our chat and us as well are pretty intelligent. We can follow along.
We may say I'm so confused very often, but usually we're good. We play Ace Attorney. We've one-timed Ace Attorney.
We have oh god, I'm gonna have to knock on wood 1,000 times, but so far we have not lost a single case in Ace Attorney, and I am very proud of that.
And honestly,
like, we have not
I don't
had
think
to
we will.
Start anything.
We got 3
which
brains
is
on
awesome. We do have 3 brains, and one of them is trained specifically.
And soon
for
we'll
this.
be a lawyer. Like, while we're playing Ace Attorney, we'll become a lawyer probably, because there's a lot of Ace Attorney.
This is good practice for him.
Yeah. That is very true, Johnum.
No hardcore parkour.
We will probably.
We could have made that a bingo point, but we're no longer hardcore parkouring.
Yes, and we will probably never hardcore parkour again. Because I'm bad.
If I ever get a capture card, maybe I'd hardcore parkour, but honestly, unless I found something we could voice act, and also something that I wouldn't rage quit.
Yeah, we're having fun doing the visual novels, right? Virtual novel, whatever they are. The visual novels.
It's very chill.
So good.
It can be very dramatic, very well written. Like, honestly, I am taking notes. Some of this dialogue is so tight and so good.
I'm so excited for Elevator Hitch.
Very forward to Elevator Hitch. Yes!
Yeah, I'm dying for Elevator Hitch.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited for that.
Okay, Xavier.
You know what? That
that's
was
not
a
terrible.
smart move on their part. Oh, Boxic.
I could have called that.
Hey! So this is not a PSA.
Oh, interesting. You know, vibe I am.
Oh. Oh man.
Oh.
What a way to find out.
That makes sense, because you didn't say anything about seeing aberrations. But now we know why.
No, see, I am too. We don't call that a joke. We call that foreshadowing. Even if we don't know it's
Accidental
it's still foreshadowing.
So we'll save this.
Those bugs are coming out pretty good, I must say.
Thank you. Revision 1. Beautiful. Yeah, that's what they wanted. They liked everything, except they wanted the mandibles to be more aggressive. And I asked how aggressive, and they said...
I am curious, how did you draw them before that? They weren't aggressive.
Loading. Okay. So this is how they were before. Kind of smooth. And then this is how they are after. Kind of chompy.
I'd still be
terry.
terrified of that.
Well, you know, if they're like the size of like a chihuahua and they're coming at you with fireballs, like, yeah, I would be afraid no matter what. But that's the difference. So definitely juts out more, all that. But yeah, I was asked to make their mandibles more aggressive, and I asked how aggressive, like, in what way? Because, you know, aggressive could be like open and ready to bite you, or aggressive could be like this, where it's like just sharper and ouchier looking, and that's why. Oh, that is very weird, PCM. I would be confused too if I was Mushu.
I would as well.
Okay. Let's do that. We'll do this. Yep, we'll do that. Drawing hammers now. Stop. Hammer time.
Do.
No, the reference actually, was this. On teleport. I don't know. That looks chihuahua-sized compared to Darth Vader, right? That would be funny, though, riding them. They're lava, so that might be painful.
Oh, ouch.
But, yeah, they're lava bugs, so that might be ouchies. I call them lava tick wasps.
All you need is a special saddle, and you're set.
That is very true. Things you didn't expect to hear tonight.
Yes, so this is a commission that Ori received.
Yes, this is a commission for a enemy that swarms and hive minds. Yes, I mean it does, doesn't it? Yeah, I know it's just for a Star Wars campaign, and I was told that it's like a lava tick wasp, and that's what I made, a lava tick wasp. Here we are.
I would say that's accurate.
Ah, very nice. I hear, I believe Audio Chaos also said that their first one was Star Wars. I don't know if you did the same thing or that was just a coincidence. Oh,
I
no.
wonder how Star Wars campaigns go.
Is that the succubus? They're interesting. They've got a lot of weird stuff going on. I see. I guessed it, I guess. I guessed it.
Quite the experience.
I will say, it's definitely odd seeing her called Nobody, but I understand.
It really is, but honestly, it's not too much of a stretch for me, so I'm still following the story.
I'm following, but it's definitely like a brain thing. Oh yeah, 100%.
Brain hoop.
You just gestured to all of her. I am, I'm just gonna say I am. If you'd like to be something besides I am, let me know.
Maybe it's like Ian, but with an M.
Yeah, Iam. I just hate that when I read maniacal, my brain first goes to maniacal.
You go to maniacal.
Yeah, maniacal. Well, isn't mania? Yeah, maniacal. You know, like there's too many words in that word.
That's a very badass description, Delport. Honestly, I vibe. I totally vibe.
I definitely was thinking that it was very Firefly-y, so I don't blame you, Delport. It was definitely like the two expanding one was that like mosquito / tick blood sac filling up vibe, because the idea, my understanding, is that it fills that up with lava, like it generates it, it goes, and then it just squeezes itself to like a fireball at you, and yeah. But yes, I love bumblebee hedgehog combos. That sounds great. I am too maniacal. Yeah. But that's a long name. I'm too maniacal. Maniacal. If you were to shorten that, which word would you like to be referred to? Yeah, shorten to.
Yeah.
Okay, maniacal. All right.
Maniacal?
So
cool,
maniacal.
We'll call you that.
Call you maniacal.
Manny?
Maddie?
Audio, I think maniacal needs to sign off on that.
Consent
I'm
form?
to it. I think it's a good nickname.
I can't say.
I wear many nicknames myself, so I may be biased.
I think Mars gets called like 8 different names in one chat that involves.
Have, like, 8 different names in the same stream. Put that on the bingo list. Like if they call me 3 different names in the same stream.
I think there's only. It's the 2 that happen a lot are Mars and Mari, because Cinder will come and say Mari.
I think Cinder's just used to my Discord name.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Oh, I got like 8 different identities, guys.
That's the problem.
It's a mystery who I even am.
At least lore of Mars is the same. Because you are, I think you're Mars Rissa in the chat here on Twitch.
Yeah, so it's actually Mars and then Risa.
Yeah.
Two nicknames basically combined into one, essentially. Because I am uncreative as hell when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yes, is that pronounced Audi maniacal, or is that pronounced Audi, like the car?
I mean, hey, one of those sounds like an upgrade to me.
And it's Audi, like the car.
Okay, PCM, I was just about to ask, how the hell do you pronounce that?
LeFwiz. LeFwiz.
Oh, no. He said for everyone's sake, you could just say Liz.
No. LeFwiz.
LeFwiz.
No. No one can surpass you, John. You kicked out the other John that came in for a little bit. It's French. The Infernal are the French. Don't tell Grenade. I don't know how he'd react to that.
I can't imagine badly.
I mean, tieflings. Wait, we had this conversation. It's tieflings. Tieflings.
There you go.
Are like top tier D&D race. So.
They couldn't pronounce. Oh wow, Audio! You made me feel so proud of myself just now.
Nice. I'm special. I have special privileges. It's so wild. So when I edit the Ace Attorney streams, they're like really far behind, right? Like I'm editing like day 2 investigations of Turnabout Samurai, and so I'm just like constantly in my brain are like inside jokes that technically Mars and Dylan should get but never will because they've lost it, and I'm like uncovering them like months later. And so it's like wild. No, tieflings are great.
That's crazy. Oh, I love tieflings. I played 2 tieflings up to this point. I really like playing Thaddeus, mostly for his personality and wacky backstory.
Can I say something I just realized?
Danica was such a nothing character, though. Oh yeah, totally.
I just realized I have never played a tiefling.
Are you for real?
I haven't, and you know why.
Ori!
No, I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why is
Better
that
have a good reason.
when D&D, I like tieflings because of their like design possibilities, right? Like in the base of what is acceptable in D&D 5e for their designs to be, they have like the craziest possibilities, and I love that. Now, the thing that happened is that originally D&D you had to like use the stats that were given to you through the race, right? So I specifically was going through all the charisma classes, and I was about to play a tiefling because that was the last charisma class I had before they came out with satyr, and so I was like working my way through all the charisma classes because I like always play bard, so I like bard. So unfortunately you had to pick your race more based on the stats if you wanted to actually have a good character. Then before I got to play a tiefling, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything came out, so your stats didn't matter as much, and on top of that, we created our version of what we call Ancestral Point Buy, which is mix and matching everything, so you could be anything that you wanted.
It was very nice.
So I went from being, like, really, really locked in to, like, I can have the craziest shit ever, and it doesn't matter. So I technically never played a tiefling. Oh, I know, that's a lie. I did play a tiefling's Fearbolg hybrid.
When was
And he
that?
was great. That was, Carthy. Carthy was a tiefling Fearbolg.
That's right.
He was a Tierbolg, or a Fiefling. Who knows? A Fearling. Fearling or T-Bolg? Pick your favorite.
I like T-Bolg, personally.
Oh,
There's
that's
Cat-
interesting, Maniacal.
Emma said.
I'm reading, yeah. We're back it up on the read. Is nobody ever going to reveal her name, PCM?
You know what? I give nobody a lot of credit, PCM.
He is a big brother.
She's
Foxic
standing
is a
up,
big
she's
brother.
trying.
No, it gets worse. That's not allowed. Stop it.
Uh-oh.
Stop it.
No.
I don't like it. Take it back. See, this is why I don't think it's audio's fault anymore. It's PCM's fault now.
Oh yeah.
Look
I
at the
think we're all in
wink.
agreement.
You know, come on.
The wink is sus.
PCM
The
is
wink
sussy
is
wussy.
incredibly sus.
See, okay, that's another one. Sussy wussy. That has to be in the
Okay,
bingo.
sussy wussy. Yeah, we do say that way too often.
Beautiful. Not too often. I point it out every time on the videos. Yeah, no, I agree, audio. You're the victim. Yes,
Yes,
sussy wussy.
we do say sussy wussy. That started when we were playing Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
play
yeah.
that on Wednesdays as part of our arcade cabinet sessions.
We game on Wednesdays, and right now we're on the Ace Attorney.
You know, sussy wussy just kind of became a thing. It wasn't even planned.
Very
It just
true,
kind of
Shimble guy.
happened.
Yeah, I literally said, I said something, and then I was like, it's really sussy wussy, and then I think PCM came in at the moment that I said it was sussy wussy, and PCM was like, what a moment to come in on. So now you've been knighted, Maniacal, now that you have heard sussy wussy and said what to it. Well, LaFwiz.
PCM, I don't know if you realize, but
Oh no.
do you want me
Don't
to
point it
help
out.
you out
Don't point it
there?
out. Shh. Stop. Okay, I will. It's done.
Okay. Sorry about that.
LaFwiz claims to have
Yeah.
no idea what she's talking about, but nobody can't tell if she was lying,
She's lying
or not. But Xavier was able to determine that not only, I guess nobody was telling, that LaFwiz was telling the truth, but actually had interest in what nobody was saying. Maniacal,
Not
no.
the back rooms.
Oh, now all I can think about is like the backrooms thing on like the internet where you like no clip through the world.
Yes, that is exactly what I am referring to.
But we made it, so nobody happened. Everything's good. Maniacal didn't see. We're all succeeding. Crisis averted. Jinx. I don't think anybody literally noticed.
I think we're the only ones because we do pay attention to chat.
That's so hilarious.
We do try to pay very close attention to chat where we can.
On everything but Wednesdays, then it's Dylan's job.
Yeah.
I'm playing the game, you know? What did we learn? Then you didn't really learn anything, did you, PCM? I don't know. If you don't remember.
John'em.
John'em, don't abuse your power. Don't abuse your power. I can strip it away. I can de-sword you, just like I did to Dylan. Do you want that, John'em? Do you want to lose these privileges? I accidentally purged him, and he became unmodded. Because I was trying to purge stream chat, restream bot, to get away the frickin' YouTube bot things. That come into chat, and Dylan like typed a message just as I was trying to click it, and it turned out to purge Dylan instead of the bot.
Oh man. Gotta love those accidental purges. That's great.
It's cheating on you.
Oh no! Oh, how dare.
Oh, you were in the restroom. Maniacal. That's the place to be. Yeah, exactly. The English? Oh no, not the historical English.
Oh, no.
No. I don't want to be part of the historical English. That's a weird versus, Extreme Look Guy. I would not put those two next to each other in any category, but I don't know. I like always debate drawing Genshin related stuff.
It's such a good game.
I always debate like drawing like any fan art, if I'm being honest. Life is hard.
I did notice that you have done Venti every so often.
I did Venti once.
Phenomenal choice, by the way.
Technically twice. Well, you know, my Bard boys. I gotta hold my Bard boys, you know, to high standards. But I did draw Venti for the Bard feature, because that was when Genshin was like pretty new.
Yeah.
And then I actually redrew him.
They hit their 3-year anniversary.
Yeah, and then I did the I redid that for my sticker version because I wanted to and make him look good.
Worthwhile pursuit.
Succubus's boss. Oh, we talked about the Succubus's boss earlier. That's who sent Mushu. Have a Crusader. Why only half Maniacal? Which half? This is important, you know. Please. There is bound to be a miss. See, Audio Chaos writes LaFwiz correctly.
So it looks like someone understood the what was it, infernal language?
Yeah, I think it is infernal. Wild Extreme Look Guy. There's a lot of Genshin. I see so much Genshin stuff on my feed. Like, it's wild.
It's so good, though.
It's the art is very good. I know almost nothing about the story. I think I know the most about Scaramouche's story just because one of the artists I follow like stands Scaramouche. So
He just became playable, and I gotta be honest, I'm having a blast.
but yeah, I've never played it, so it's just one of those things. Is it popular to hate Elden Ring, Johnum? Oh, okay, maniacal. Now I have to decide. You have the right half. That's my vote. Like the right side half. Like if you split a Crusader down the middle, head to foot, and you only could salvage the right half of the outfit. No, I 100% agree, maniacal. I couldn't play it. I just can't do it. But the art is gorgeous, and I will say, the character design is fantastic.
I will be honest, maniacal. There was one point where I did spend money because I wanted Albedo so bad. I also wanted Ito so bad.
Ito though. But Ito and Goro.
I felt it was so funny. My coworkers
still need to do.
Also were into Genshin, so we were all just kind of playing together. And one of them was like, you fell into an Ito depression, because once I didn't get him on his initial banner, I stopped playing Genshin for like the better part of 6 months.
Oh my god.
And then I came back when his banner was re-rolling. I got him. So
nice.
I was very happy. I have gotten the himbo, and I am happy.
I still have to draw Milano and Ferrix as Goro and Ito because.
Oh my god, please.
Yeah, that's my version of fan art now. You know, I don't draw fan art. I draw Milano and Hotsun as other
characters from
cosplaying
fandoms.
Other characters.
Oh, well, I gotta tell you, once we watch Saibikui Bisco, you'll be seeing a lot of Milano in Bisco. Just saying.
Interesting, audio. You lost the 50-50 for Ito and gave up? No, Ito is probably my favorite.
You, audio. I feel
Ito's probably my favorite because, I mean, look at him. Look at Milano. Thank you. Do I need to say more? Number 2.
They are all beautiful.
I don't know a ton. There's always, like, other characters that I had, like, never heard about before. What's the... Tingari? Tingari? Tingari, yeah. I love him, too.
I get him to come home for the life of me, and I'm
He's
very
great.
sad.
Ears. Look at that. Look at that.
He's got ears.
Who's the Egyptian-looking one with the ear hat?
Sino.
Okay. I learned recently that there's a VTuber...
the Outcast Guild. Welcome.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome. Hope stream was nice. What were you doing? Playing D&D? Talking about D&D? Other stuff?
Yes, do tell.
But what was I gonna say?
We're kind of on a Genshin tangent right now.
I learned that the voice actor of Sino is a VTuber, and his VTuber design is really cool too.
Is he really?
Yeah, and he speaks Spanish, and I die. Okay, thank you. So he did a thing where he voiced Sino in Spanish, and I had a time.
That's amazing.
I had a time.
Honestly, I love the special programs they run on Genshin's official channel, because they invite the voice actors to come on to host like new events and everything when something's happening in game, and the interactions are just so freaking wholesome. Like every time, it's the most wholesome thing you've ever seen. You should really watch version, I think it was 3.2 for the Wanderer update and Farazan. It featured the Wanderer's voice actor, Patrick something. It featured Lumine's voice actor, so the female version of the Traveler, and it featured Ito as well, and his voice actor.
Amazing.
And I gotta tell you, Ito's VA just makes these streams. He's so damn good.
But yeah, Maniacal, I can see Dragon City. I remember that game. I was like specifically not spending money on that game. But yeah, I'm bad as well with the game money spending, so I couldn't do it either. PCM, it just takes practice. You can then draw all your characters in cosplay, or you just attempt and you fail. It happens, but then,
and then
you
try
learn.
again. That's the method.
That's interesting, audio. Only just woken up. Very interesting. Yes. See, look at that, PCM. Maniacal believes in you. I bet audio believes in you.
Oh. Ouch. That's gotta hurt.
Oh, goodness. That's a lot. Did you fall from heaven? Did it hurt when you fell from whatever the freaking pickup line is?
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
a little curious if anyone else tries to work like actual romantic relationships into their sessions. I know we definitely don't.
Well, we do know
Like,
that
some tables are
there's been a
chill with
lot of
that.
like library dates and stuff, if I remember correctly, with
Have been a lot
Neffy
of library dates.
and someone, with nobody and someone. Oops. Where were we? It's captured. Interesting.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice audio. Oh, what has Maniacal heard? The way Maniacal types is like very the what is it? The like, when dealing with a Grimoblin, use water. Only as a last resort, because water makes them much, much scarier. That's the way Maniacal types. And so I'm always in like this suspense. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a compliment though, Maniacal. Oh, I see how Johnum feels. Oh no. Now Maniacal's gonna do it even harder because I said something.
Ori, what have you done?
I don't know, what have I done?
You started something.
I did. I really did. It wasn't good.
Ooh, so do we have enough bingo spaces filled?
No.
Damn.
I see Maniacal. I don't mean to call you out. It's just something I noticed because I'm always like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh god, when's the punchline gonna happen? That's true, John. I do remember that. You should have had your moment, John, with our little Halloween one shot with Craig.
Oh,
that was your chance. No.
That was epic. I liked our Halloween one shot. That one literally only lasted one session.
Yeah, that's the only one shot you've been a part of.
The only thing I find sad about it is like I didn't get to play Adelaide for as long as I would have liked.
Oh, is this the date on you? Is this the spicy? There was spicy.
Ooh, perhaps.
Unheard of Maniacal. Yeah, we usually specifically do micro campaigns that are usually 3 or 4 sessions. Just because we don't try to do one-shots. I've been a part of 3 one-shots that have been one session. Like, they were labeled as one-shots.
And they actually
the funniest
were
one.
one-shots.
Well, the funniest one is that I was part of a one-shot, and it was going super late, and I had to like get up early the next day because it was like a Sunday night or something, and it's like past midnight, and I have to get up at like 5:30 in the morning for my job. Oh snap, audio. Oh snap, this is the spicy
boy.
PCM was saying. Good night, John. I'm speaking of going to bed. Good night. Enjoy.
Good night, John.
I hope your finals are over soon, and I hope you do well. Where's DC trailer? Where was I though? Oh, and so I like we were in the final boss battle, and it was like this enemy, and enemies kept spawning, and all of the rest of the party kept trying to fight them, but they were like really, really strong. And my character had like snuck around and found this little girl who had originally been killed to summon the thing that we were fighting. And so, but I wasn't close enough to like reach out my hand and take her hand. But I was like guys, I really gotta go to bed. Like I need to go to bed. So I sign off of Discord and I go downstairs. And I always drink warm milk before bed. So I'm in the kitchen microwaving warm milk, and microwaving milk to warm it up. And Dylan, who is the DM, like literally calls me on the phone and he's like, they're gonna die if you don't do the thing you were about to do and take the little girl's hand. Like, you need to come, like, please, I understand it's late, but just get back on the call. Literally next turn, the fight was gonna end and we were gonna be over. And I was like, all right, fine, you need to give me like 5 minutes or whatever. He's like, yeah, it's not your turn yet, you're good, just come on. And so I made my warm milk and I went upstairs and I hop back on the call and I take the little girl's hand and I end the encounter. And that was the end of the campaign. But I'll always remember that. It's just really funny to literally call me up like, hey, you need to just, they're gonna die. And they're not gonna do it. And so it was so funny.
He just hop into the call. It's like, I take the little girl's hand.
Literally.
Okay, good night.
Literally though.
I always wonder, for like instances where you have to step out early, how do they explain that within the campaign?
What?
Okay, so you had to leave early. You can't play the character, but the rest of the party is still fighting and doing their thing. How is it explained in game what happened to your character?
I don't know. It didn't matter. My character technically never left.
Oh, okay.
because I did my turn and then I left, and so we have like 4 or 5 other people still having to take their turns to fight this. And so Dylan called me like while this is happening. And I got back in to take my next turn, so there's technically no delay of my character not doing anything.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been funny, Mushu. Tisk tisk. And that's
Mushu, I thought so highly of you, too.
Omen stuff. We'll see. They die inside? Oh. That is what happens to the character. They just fall to the ground, dead.
I mean, I remember when one of our players couldn't make it for a session, and we were literally just carting around his unconscious body for the entire...
Oh, he was asleep. He was tired. Remember?
He was
tired.
Asleep. And then Ostergor was like, Nuriel, do you agree with me on this? Yup, Nuriel agrees. Like, no, he doesn't. Hey, Oscar.
Hi, Oscar. What about Oyster?
How
How did you
doing
know?
tonight?
Oyster was indeed part of the pun in that one shot I was just talking about. God, I got lost. What happens with roots? Now I'm lost.
Rude.
Special Oh, here it is. Oh, like background roots. I see. I found it.
Okay, those kind of roots.
Yeah. I got no
That
roots
makes
because
way
my
more sense.
home was never on the ground. Yeah, that's all I can think about. Well, I don't know why we heard oyster, Oscar. But, you know, I believe you.
I don't doubt. I do not doubt.
Oh god, what is happening, audio?
Oh, crap!
I might turn back to blaming you, who knows? No, I'm joking. Or am I?
Or he just needs to point a finger at somebody. She's not playing Ace Attorney, so she really missed pointing her finger.
I specifically maintained my finger pointing hand. I didn't stab myself with the knife. I can point my finger at who I want.
Maybe
Oyster.
that's what was heard.
Yeah, oyster.
Oyster indeed.
Okay, in the Ace Attorney videos, I've started like emphasizing the tap when we say tap, and I like it a lot.
It really is just such a good vibe.
It's so fun. I will say, I very much enjoy.
Like, both both you and Dylan just going tap.
And sometimes I say point, but not every time.
The one that really got me most recently was just munch.
Oh, God! Maniacal! Oh!
Ow! Ow!
That's
Why?
like the worst place to cut yourself.
Yikes!
Jeez.
Ow!
That's all muscle there. Whew,
Ugh.
that got me. Yeah, I would assume,
I mean,
but
I would
still.
assume so, but still, that's like, ow.
Okay, Mars, no wonder Cinder says we're like vibe, because we just did the same thing.
We both had the same visceral reaction to that.
We both had the same visceral reaction. We both had the like, I would assume you're fine.
I mean, I assume now. It was years and years ago.
I don't
but
care how young you
seriously,
were.
Ow.
Ow is right.
Why did you have scissors near your mouth? And why
Running
was
with
your
them.
tongue out
Running
of
with
your
them.
mouth?
Running, they were flipping back and forth. Little kid probably went like, bleh, and then just... Oh.
Ugh.
What? That's worse. Maniacal, that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better, Maniacal. That makes it worse.
That really doesn't.
Why, Maniacal? Why?
That does not
Oh,
help.
okay, Jesus Christ, Maniacal.
Maniacal, you are abusing that power, but you're making good use of your name, I must say.
You really are. Oh, boy. I cut into my finger once trying to core an apple with a knife, and thus, I'm terrified of knives. Not actually, but I'm very careful with where my fingers are with knives.
I was about to say, with all the baking and cooking you do, there's no way you're scared of knives.
No, I'm not actually scared of knives. I'm just, like, overly cautious. Like I will be weird and like have my hand totally away and have my other hand on the knife if I'm like cutting stuff. But I have like, I don't have super long, like I don't have nail extensions or anything, but like I have longer nails, right? Like they're not like short, like I actually have nails. And so like I utilize the claw
Can confirm,
with the
she's
nails
watched me multiple times playing
very
Mago
well.
Pack Mochi's.
Hey, I wear gloves now for that, okay? I learned my lesson. I didn't hurt anybody that time. That time it was Douglas. But
No, we just all kept slamming each other's hands.
yeah, terrifying, extreme terrifying. I don't know who you're asking about getting mixed with the food. Mine didn't get mixed with the food. However, I did apparently get blood all over my dorm room wall. In very small droplets that nobody noticed until you were right there standing next to them. And then there was one on my TV that nobody noticed because it was always in like a black section of the TV. And then as you like finally turned so that the light reflected off of it, you saw it. It's like,
Oh my god.
ooh,
Ouch.
adorable wall.
Ugh. I have not had a time where I accidentally cut myself with a knife. That has never happened to me. I have stabbed myself with a sewing needle, though.
Ooh, a
That
hand
hurt like
sewing
hell.
needle or a sewing machine stabbed you?
Hand sewing needle.
Okay.
So luckily there was minimal force behind it. I still don't know exactly how it happened. We were in home and careers and we were doing our sewing project.
Oh yeah.
We were making like a little pin cushion of some kind. And it was the end of class, so she was like, okay, tie up your thread, put your needle away. I do not know what happened. I missed the pin cushion and somehow managed to dig the needle into my own cuticle.
Oh.
So
Ew.
I'm just kind of standing there with a needle sticking out of my finger,
Grand.
embedded in my nail.
Amazing. Beautiful.
I'm like, I don't know how this happened, but teacher, I need to go to the nurse, please.
No, in the first episode of season 3 of the Owl House, when Hunter stabs himself with the sewing machine.
Oh, I felt that.
That was like a personal slight. I was like, no. Honestly, that's the one thing I don't understand. I know that like people do get stabbed by sewing machines, but I don't know how. How
I
do you
don't
get
know how
stabbed
your
by a
hand
sewing
gets
machine?
in the way of that.
Like there's a lot of stuff blocking it, you know? Like, I don't know.
Exactly. Like, and it seems
I
more
don't think it was a
controlled
spoiler, Oscar.
as well. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, but it was not an old sewing machine. And I know everybody that I've known who has been stabbed by one has been stabbed by a modern sewing machine. No, maniacal, don't do.
No spoilers.
Not for
Maniacal.
Oscar, all right. Oscar's very spoiler sensitive. I know Extreme Woke Guy doesn't like. Oh, you haven't watched the Owl House. Then there you go. You can't even give spoilers.
That works out pretty perfectly then.
Oh, okay. Now, come on. You really had to spoil that, maniacal. I can't believe you. The octopus would cry. Oh no, what will we never know?
Don't know. We'll never know.
We will never know. We will never know.
We shall
All
never
right.
know.
The world may never know. Okay. Not Hootie.
Of them.
Not Hootie. Don't let Batman hurt Hootie, okay? I like Hootie.
That's too sad.
That's too much. Too extreme. It's too maniacal. Not the kidneys. Jeez, I don't know where this went.
Kidneys? What?
Oh, it's Oscar likes his kidney. I thought Oscar turned down the liver. That's what was happening. Yes, let me scroll back, audio. We got off topic here.
We got very off topic.
LaFwiz woke up first after a bit of shaking, and LaFwiz saw memories of the past, but not her past. Darkness all around, a cake with candles lit, several small girls singing happy birthday happily. The lights blew out, replaced with a body covered in fire and the smell of burning flesh, and then a dark evil voice. Wake up, little sister. I know what that means. I don't like what that means.
Oh boy.
So sad. I know too much. I know too much.
You truly do by this point.
Yeah, oh no, indeed. Oh no, indeed. Huh, goodness gracious. I don't even know, man.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, so you guys watch Ben 10? The original, not whatever the new stuff is. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've heard the new stuff isn't bad, but man, they drop the ball on the shipping.
It's not what, like, happened with Teen Titans Go, but it's not like, you know, come on. It's more like Powerpuff Girl vibes, right? Like, no, we got it, PCM. Unless there was something else. I don't think there was something else. I think I got there. I think I read it. But, what was I saying? Yeah, so Ben 10, this commission, is, an item based off a Ben 10 alien. This is actually the third one I've done. I've really been enjoying working with this client, and I'm assuming they enjoy working with me, because they keep coming back.
Certainly sounds like they do.
They keep coming back, and highly enjoy. And yeah, so it's been turning the weapons. Yeah, I've already made 3, so this is the third one. This is the third one. It's Gravitack as a warhammer. I can show the other ones I've made, because I very much enjoy them.
I gotta say, that is very cool.
These are some of my favorite commissions to work on. So I've also made Frankenstrike as a Tetsubo, or one of the other many names that this weapon has.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is very fun.
Memories. Ooh.
But it sort of has like this welded metal style, and all of these are like the screws. Very happy with that. And then I also made this sword and shield combo that's based off NRG. So very fun. Very happy. I really like this one a lot. Really, really fun.
I wish I had the answer to that, Maniacal. I sadly do not.
He's just like a living planet or something? I don't even remember the lore. It's been a while.
That is what the creators decided to create.
Yep. And
So
you know what?
If you have issue, take it up with them. I cannot justify their design choices.
Oh my god, this is so... Okay, this is your fault now, Audio Chaos. That's all I'm gonna say. This is now your fault, Audio Kids. We're back to blaming you.
I was about to say.
Alright, Maniacal. If you say so. I don't know. This sounds like lore that's on your hands, Audio. I don't know.
Oh, it's most definitely. There's no way around it.
You know, the past is PCM's fault, but this bit, I don't know. How are you gonna wiggle your way out of this one?
Be amusing to see him try.
Yeah, that's what I knew, Extreme Milk Guy. Gravity powers. So it is earth bending in a way, but bending everything with the force of gravity. And skabam. Ski bow, man. Ski bow.
Ski pow.
Yeah, I see. If audio can wiggle fast enough, Maniacal. That is the true test. Can audio wiggle fast enough?
Can. We don't know for sure, do we?
I don't know exactly how it works, Oscar, but maybe that's something Gravitek could have done. There you go. See, I knew there was a planet thing going on. Planet stuff.
This client must be a really big Ben 10 fan.
Oh, they are. They've been doing a lot of Ben 10 stuff.
Wow.
They seem to be slowly making their way through all of the aliens. That is their goal. And you know what? I ain't complaining. These are some of my favorite commissions because, like, I get a lot more freedom, if that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. You know, usually people with commissions have like a very specific idea. Makes sense. That's kind of the point, right? You know,
right.
You have an idea, then you're paying somebody to make it a real thing. Makes sense. But with the Ben 10 ones, it's like they have like a couple things, right? Like they specifically want, like, you know, this, like, they specifically want it to be a warhammer. They specifically wanted, like, the core in the middle of the hammer and this, like, multi-jagged thing at the back. Like, those were the specifics. Mm-hmm. Then I got to just make Gravitek into a warhammer. So it's like I added, like, the pants are the handle, right? Like, that wasn't requested. Like, that was really fun. Because my goal is to try and incorporate as many... Okay, I agree, Maniacal. It is shared custody. It is shared custody. Maniacal got to the bottom of it. Both at fault. So
now we can just blame both.
We'll blame both of you.
That's perfect. I think that's a good compromise, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. Maniacal got to the bottom of it. But so, yeah, so that's the fun because my goal is to incorporate, like, as much of possible into the designs, right? As like the thing. So it's like with energy it was making sure like the 3 lines were here, like all the bolts, these little tubes. This is what his foot looks like down here, you know, getting all the bolts, and this sort of the way that the Omnitrix is attached to his body and all that, like keeping the same colors, you know, he's got these like 2 colors of metal and all that. So that was really fun. And then with Frankenstrike, it was definitely... This one is actually a combination of both versions of Frankenstrike. But it was... This is his little... This is his pants here. This is his, like, back, sort of electric generator thing going on, you know? Had to have the Omnitrix in there. This is part of his shoe. here, and then of course we had to have like the welding of the different metals together, and then making all the nails his screws, because this is his specific kind of screw, and everything like that. Everybody does lose. But so that's like the fun of it, right? Because
very nice detail.
What this was given was just they wanted this type of weapon, and they wanted the patchwork metal look. That was it. And then I got to like put everything else together. But it's honestly nice having like a very specific reference, right? Because when I draw art for me, you know, I don't have like a specific reference. And so, you know, I have like I need an ice lily, you know? I'm not like, that's not very specific. So it's sort of like a nice middle ground of like creativity and lazy. It's set up for you, you know? That's the vibes. Those are the vibes. They're good vibes. Call it a baton. Call it a force agreement. Well, it's technically not a baton. I'm pretty sure one of the things it's called is a tetsubo. Dylan calls it something else, but it apparently has like tons of different names. Because it was like, you know, probably made by a lot of different cultures throughout the years. They all sort of ended up with, I mean, you know, come on, stick with like metal pegs, kind of.
Forced agreement stick. I gotta say, I like that one.
Just reminds me of Severe Injury Ball. Oh, goodness. Why are we doing this to LaFwiz, though? What did LaFwiz do? You know, like,
I'm not entirely sure.
LaFwiz is just an NPC, right? So this is all your fault, Audio Chaos. Oh, it's to give nobody a breakdown. That's why.
Oh, I see.
This is the secret.
See, all of it
leads back to punching nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going with you guys got shared custody and you got shared blame.
Yep, exactly. You used to throw rocks back in the day. Emotional rocks.
Define better rocks.
Interesting. Yeah, bullets are better rocks that are thrown by guns. Yeah, they see. Maniacal and I are on the same page. Yeah, exactly. Condensed metal rocks. Very accurate. Very accurate indeed. See? On the same page. We got it. We know what's up. We vibing. We thriving. We jiving. Oh no. Mars? Is it me? Please don't be me.
Hello?
Hello?
Did I?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out a little bit.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Ori, stream went down. Stream went down.
Why? Are you sure it's not you this time? It feels like it's you this time. I think it's Mars this time. I think I'm good. I think I'm blameless this time. Yeah, okay. Mari's having a bit of technical issues. It's not me. Stream's going. It's Mari's. It's Mars's internet. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
You're on your phone now, aren't you?
Literally, all I did was plug my computer into the charging thing, and it freaked the hell out.
All right. It wasn't me, and I was happy about that. So.
Charger, you've been disconnected. Okay, one sec. I can fix this.
All right. Good, it wasn't me. Knock on wood. I needed it to not be me. I think I would have cried. It would have been the end of stream if it was me.
Hello, testing 1 2 3.
Hello, welcome back to the
Okay,
world
so
of
it
good
was
audio.
really weird my computer gave me the battery on low power, so I went over to the charger. I only put it in halfway, and apparently that was enough to make the entire computer freeze and have a freak out, like absolutely nothing was working. So then I pushed the charger further in, and suddenly it's all good. It's
See, there's Big Brother
it's an
Boss
old computer.
Boxic. I'm gonna say, Maniacal, you picked a difficult name for me to pronounce. Boxic. There's a lot of noises in
I gotta
there.
ask Maniacal, what was the inspiration behind the name Boxic? Because on Tuesday we actually have a segment coming up about naming things.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's what we're
curious
gonna
to
be
see what
doing.
other people's inspiration is. I know Ori's is trees.
And plants in general. Plants in general. But scientific names in general, you know? Yeah. That's your favorite noise, is it? I'm gonna bet. That's my bet.
I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty fun sound. to
PCM
make,
did
not gonna
mention that
lie.
audio chaos. I remember this. Oh, that's nice. That would be sweet. Odod. Odod.
Oh, Dodd indeed.
Ododdy doo.
Dodd indeed.
Okay. You know what I hate? That in order to get good posts on Reddit, you gotta post at like 8 in the morning.
That is rather unfortunate.
Yeah, so literally my sleep schedule now involves me setting up all the posts overnight and then waking up at 8 to go to the computer and post them and then go back to bed. I'm not
gee.
lying. This is 100% my reality.
Guys.
Like no lie.
This is what happens when you make a webtoon. You sacrifice everything, even your sleep.
Again, I go back to sleep, so it's okay. Interesting.
Impressed you're able to get back to sleep. I could have sworn you were one of those types who would, once they wake up, they stay up.
Okay, Maniacal. I used to be that person.
Okay, so
and-
that's why I'm thinking that.
Yeah, no. Definitely in middle school I was that person. I was that person probably up until high school. Not high school, college. In college, I had no parents telling me what my bedtime was and stayed up way too late, way too often. And then my body was like, okay, we will
definitely
sleep
got
whenever we
carried
can.
away.
And then now my body is like, I know how to do this now, so we're good.
I will say my sleep schedule has definitely varied. Like I used to stay up until all hours between high school and college. And then when I started working, because I had to get up early in the morning, I had to go to bed a little bit earlier and I had to wake up earlier. And after a while, even on my days off, my body would just wake up at 6 a.m.
Oh yeah.
all the time.
That's life.
Every time. And it was just like, why? I don't like this. I want to be asleep. Now, I'm actually staying asleep until like a little later in the morning. So it's like, why is this happening?
That's
I don't
funny,
know why.
Maniacal. That's on topic too, since we're talking about the music box right now in response to
Ooh.
Nobody.
Interesting.
And Delport, it's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are on the West Coast, I'm sorry. But if you're not, then yeah. But yeah, because
Ew,
Cinder
indeed.
told me that the best time to post on Unearthed Arcana is 8 a.m. on a Saturday. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday, because Cinder and us
That
share the same.
sucks.
Cinder and us share the same time zone, and so yeah,
Man.
it's
That
really
is
gross.
just highly unfortunate.
But you know, it's one of those things where maybe it's just anecdotal evidence at this point. I've only been doing it for like this week. I just started like making it because before I was like, I will just never be able to get up, you know, like it's just never gonna happen. But then I was like, wait, I can set them up the night before and then wake up, post them, and go to bed, right? So that's what I've been doing, and I have managed to do it. But yeah, anecdotal evidence. is that I wasn't getting a lot of commissions, even though I was like posting every day. It kind of fell into a lull. You know, it's holiday season,
Right.
whatever. People are spending their money on other
Is
stuff.
that worth it to you? Yeah, pay someone.
You know.
How valuable is your sleep?
Well, what you could do instead, Delport, instead of having to pay someone, you could pay for one of those services that schedules your Reddit posts. But I refuse to do that.
Because we're cheap.
Yeah, because none of this makes a lot of money yet. So, such is life. But,
Such is life.
you know, I schedule posts where I can, but I'm very, very upset that Reddit doesn't allow you to schedule posts. It hurts my soul. I'm very annoyed. They need to fix it. And yes, that is it. That is the end of my rant. I'm very annoyed. What was I saying though? I lost my train of thought. But yeah, and then I got a commission. So, you know, it's pretty anecdotal at the moment, but that is my anecdotal evidence where it is working. But who honestly knows? It's probably just a lull because it's holiday season, and if you're not buying art for a gift, you know, it's probably not what people are spending their money on right now.
Tragically.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you get the returning clients, right? Like my good friend, the Ben 10.
Oh, poor nobody. Okay, audio. This is giving me so many vibes to Anastasia, where she has the music box that gives her those memories. Like, I'm literally just like, okay, she's listening to Once Upon a December right now.
Vibe is something that should go in the bingo.
It really should.
I have put it on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We only have 12. Yes, you may, Delport. I trust you. Yes, I remember that maniacal. PCM did tell us about that. You met them on the way to Talvin is the capital. Talvin. I don't... I mean, hurts my soul, PCM. That I can say with certainty.
It's definitely a cute item, audio. Music box is such a classic item.
Yeah, but most of these services you have to pay for. Is Cronit free?
I've never heard of that.
I'll have to look into it a bit more.
Only if it's free.
Yeah, a lot of services can schedule it, but a lot of them only allow you to schedule like a certain amount and then they cost you money. And I refuse to pay money. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look into it, definitely, Delport, because I gotta tell you, that would be pretty handy-dandy for me.
Hey, if you don't have to get up at 8 a.m. to post,
it would be amazing.
It
would be so good, so grand. I'll have to look into it myself. Well, you know, he likes the boxics. So, makes sense, maniacal. Why do I feel like I remember having like a magic music box for some reason? Or making a magic music box? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is like recalling something. Yeah, box. What is that noise called, Mars? Is that you got a science-y term for whatever I just did there?
Vocalizing, I suppose. I mean, you're not babbling or cooing, but you're not saying words either.
I'm just going. Yep. That's the bug noise.
I would say vocalizing.
Okay. It's a sprinkler noise. That's...
That really did sound like a sprinkler.
I don't know if that's the cat noise, though. The cat noise is usually like...
No. A cat noise is... Oh, hi, Misty. Now you pay attention.
It works. It works. Proven.
It does
tested.
work. Oh, and now you're going to be a pain in my butt. Okay. All right. You want the lap? Okay. You can be on my lap.
But yes, the not cat getting noise is
Yeah, that is not a cat getting noise.
that's the
Can confirm.
Is the
Okay, now you want down.
the insect
Alright.
noise. Yeah. She heard my over there.
I
It's the
guess
cat
so.
deterrent noise. Is the
It really is.
I can't do it now. My tongue has tied and died.
No, I'm not doing it. Kind of a hard word.
Well, that's why every
Kind of a
time
hard
I
sound.
say boxic, it like trips me up briefly because my brain is like, these are a lot of letters that make very similar noises. But not the same, right? Because it's box and then it's sick, right? So it's two,
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
X is CS and then
You're
it's
going from something
SC.
that sounds like a K to a sound.
Well, because X is like KS, and then it's another S, and then it's
Exactly.
another hard C, and it's just like, what? Brain.
X is one of those very confusing sounds that I'm pretty sure English is the only language that has it.
We have
if
a
I
lot of weird
remember correctly.
noises.
We really do. Like, I remember from a phonetics class for a J, so we have the phonetic alphabet, which is basically how you refer to sounds.
How you actually pronounce things.
Well, yeah, exactly. So we have letters in the English alphabet, but then we also have this phonetic alphabet to help us figure out how certain sounds, well, sound. So for example, if you're spelling cat phonetically, you would spell it with a K because it's making that hard k sound. So the fun thing with J that I learned during my undergrad is that phonetically, so D has its own special phonetic letter. It's literally just a D, and then G has a kind of 3 looking symbol, which is interesting, but that represents the G sound. A J, as they break it down, is a D and a G smashed together, essentially. So you're getting that G sound to get like J.
Dja.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
so
hear it.
literally, the symbol for J is just the D with that little 3 hanging off of it, just like dangling off
Oh
of
my
it.
god. Audio chaos.
I did have a class for phonetics. I'm studying to be an SLP, so that's
Yeah,
why I dealt
yeah. So-
This is very much part of my major.
But
Sadly, not just for fun.
audio.
But it is really fun, actually.
No, it'd be a very fun course, but definitely not all colleges are sort of offer it, you know.
You know,
but
speech language pathologist has actually taken off in the last few years, and honestly, given recent events, I can only imagine that it's going to get a lot more popular in the coming years, given that you know, some developmental milestones kids just aren't hitting anymore
Yeah.
due to circumstances. So there's definitely a need in the field.
that's very true, Delport. Oh, you
Oh,
might be
yeah.
able to find stuff online, Delport. But really quick, audio chaos, because you mentioned Day of the Dead in talking about the Phantom Lice festival. I was just I was in a Discord, and someone in the Discord said this gem of a take, and it was too real, and it was like, give me a movie about Day of the Dead that isn't about a kid wanting to be a musician and their family being like, how dare you not do the family business? And I died.
I was going to say Book of Life, and then I
No,
realized
it's the same shit. It's the same shit.
exact
It's the
thing.
same shit every time. And I'm like, and I'm dying. And I'm dying.
What can I say? Family oppressing your passions is a hot
too-
topic.
No. But it's specifically for being a musician, right? It's specifically why are all the Spanish families afraid? The Latino families, they're all Mexican, right? So why are all the Mexican families terrified of their child becoming a musician? Like, why? Why? It's like too real. It's just like,
I mean, at least in Book of Life, the main character would have been fighting bulls.
yeah, well,
if he
exactly.
didn't
It's
play
not like
guitar.
his.
Like what did poor Miguel have to look forward to? Making shoes?
Yeah. At least Manolo's had like an exciting family profession, but a deadly family profession. Okay, like he could die.
Incredibly deadly.
All of his family died fighting bulls, except his father, who died in the war. Like, jeez.
Yeah, that was a glossed
But
over
it was
scene.
like too real of a moment, Audio. So it's like, Audio, you have to make that, a theme of your festival. No. It's definitely like the family business sort of thing is definitely accurate, maniacal. But the idea that it's like specifically like a musician, right? Like it's not like I want to be an artist, or it's not like I want to like do anything that's not the family trait. It's every time it's a musician, and it's just like I am just dying. It like I don't know. It was too real. It was too much of a moment. That one got me. I was like laughing at it for like a while. Hispanic family values. I guess so, but it's usually in like a good way, right? I don't know. It's just a very interesting thing. Thankfully, Encanto didn't have that. But it also wasn't about Day of the Dead. I mean, I definitely enjoy both both the big ones, Coco and Book of Life. And Book of Life is one of my favorite movies. I very much enjoy Manolo, and I can't deny that I'm a sucker for jukebox musicals. Okay, some people hate them. I enjoy them because it means that I know the songs right away and I can sing them, right? Like, come on.
Speaking of jukebox musicals, Ori, did you hear that there is a Broadway play that is a Britney Spears jukebox musical?
I did
It's
not.
using all Britney Spears songs.
Oh my god, I did not.
I'm kind of sitting here thinking to myself, I really hope this is not what Beetlejuice got ousted for. I'd just be sad.
Yeah, I think, most shows go away eventually, so.
After only 2 years?
Yeah. Frozen died real quick, so, who knows?
Did
What's the
it?
other one? I don't remember Finding Neverland being out for very long.
I don't even remember Finding Neverland.
There you go. Okay, Mamma Mia is like an movie in the first place, but like Book of Life is really good, and it's a jukebox musical, so like don't.
Well, not only that, but they don't just insert pop music over top of it. They actually like had him play it on the guitar, and they changed the music to match the setting and culture they were representing.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, but it's definitely doing more
I
than
can't
they had
deny
to, that's
that
for
I
sure.
didn't enjoy the song Creep, and then they put it in in Book of Life, and I can't lie, but I like when Manolo sings Creep. Okay, I like Manolo. Okay, look at him. Joaquin, he's okay. he turns out good in the end. But Manolo, okay, Manolo. I don't. Did they seriously, Maniacal? Holy crap! What? God, end me. End my suffering. They tried to frickin'. What? Why did they think that was okay? It's a holiday. Oh yeah, Disney tried to copyright Christmas. Like, what the hell? Disney tries to copyright Halloween. Like, Jesus. What? No, PCM, you're just joining all the communities together. Look at this. We got audio doing your work for you, PCM. Telling the story. Yes, we have all the ball clothes that we saw.
Maniacal, this is what I always say. I love Disney creative. I don't like Disney corporate.
Yeah. No, 100% Maniacal.
I am hoping now that Chapek is out, things will get better. I mean, Iger wasn't the greatest, but at this point, it's a case of pick your poison. And
Most
Chapek was
things
definitely the more deadly.
No, that's what sucks about a lot of things, right? Is that so many things die because they just don't have, like, corporate backing and stuff, right? And then it's just, like, really sad because that's the
I'm not even
cool
sure
stuff.
it's the corporate backing. I think it's the lack of understanding why people enjoy these things in the first place.
But
They
it's not
just
even
boil it down to let's make money.
But it's not. But the problem is that unfortunately it costs money, right? Like unfortunately, like animation is very expensive, especially if you want to do
Everything
it
will always
ethically,
be
right? Especially if you want to do it ethically. And so to have like any sort of indie thing is like either a hardcore labor of love, or you already have some sort of backing that can allow you to do like a Kickstarter or something, right? But still, the end goal is 90% of the time trying to get picked up by something. Like look at like Vivzy Pop with not Hell of a Boss, the other one, Has Been Hotel, right? Like the goal is to get picked up, you know? Like they're not. So when you see something,
the wider audience.
Exactly. But when you see something like like No Evil with Betsy Lee, it's like she's not doing it with the intent to be picked up. It's a labor of love, but thus it comes out like incredibly sporadically, and that's just such as life. But even things that do come out so sporadically still have that sort of following. So it's like, why can't you do things right?
It's like, it's not hard. Just be nice to your animators and don't backstab them.
Oh no, what are they doing to the doggo's audio?
Oh! No, don't they dare. Don't they dare hurt the pups. That's too cruel. Although, he is saying I'm trying to help you, so... I hope he's honest.
Apathy is the word, Delport. You're right. It really is. Yeah. I watched a lot of depressing videos recently on the state of the world, and I'm just like, why?
Ori, what have we talked about? Doom scrolling.
It was more just like, it was more just like, YouTube was like, you want to feel depressed today about, the state of the world and the future, don't you? And it was like, I don't. And it was like, no, you do. And it was like, maybe it has like a happy ending, and they're like, no, it doesn't. And it's like, oh, great, thanks. There will be consequences.
At least we can fight this world in fiction.
Yeah, really. That's why we're doing the comic Labor of Love.
Labor of love indeed. Tell me about it.
I'll never let it die. Never.
I
over my cold, dead hands.
My heart would break. Like, for everything we've worked for everything we've done for this comic, my heart would, no lie, break if It just didn't come to fruition.
No, we're doing it.
All
It's
that
happening.
work,
It's so
after everything.
close. I'm
It's
dying.
so happening. It's so happening.
I'm dying.
This is one darling I cannot kill, and I will not kill.
Yeah, the wolves don't like the Vanessa. She's too cold.
Aw.
She's too cold, you know?
I mean, at least it was an accident, but that's not very helpful.
Yeah. Well, when you get damaged by ice, which you're used to not ever being damaged by ever, it's kind of terrifying, wouldn't you think?
I would think so. I mean, ice burns hurt.
But imagine, like, you couldn't get ice burns before, you know? Like, you physically couldn't. And then suddenly this gave you ice burns. Vanels. Oh, Maniacal, very glad to have you here. The spice. There'd be in the background. Neffy just... Nobody just chilling.
Nobody.
I keep trying. I'm sad. I've known her for so long. Order in the corner.
Sorry about that. Just had something in my throat.
Aw, see, it's not that bad, is it? I'm just so used to it.
We really are.
Cheeseburger does sound good right now. I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch tomorrow.
Bingo. Ori mentioned being hungry.
Oh, you're right though.
I'm telling you, literally every stream. Ooh, kung pao noodles. That sounds good.
I'm always hungry. That's a lie. I'm not always hungry. I'm always hungry on stream because I eat dinner at like 6:30 and then I stream for like 6 hours. No, I essentially, but I don't eat for 6 hours and it's like, oh my god.
Oh,
Interesting. I love burgers. Burgers are good.
Kitty, you're too loud.
Steak is also very good. Is she
Oh,
purring
same thing.
loudly or is she...
No, she is actually sitting and yowling at me to go to bed.
Well, we don't hear her if that's any condolence.
I didn't think my mic would pick up on it, but she is like so loud right now.
Why are you awake?
She's like, you're usually in bed, human.
Yeah. I'm thinking
put my
once
sweater there for you. Go sit on that.
once audio ends, as we'll probably finish up.
Yeah, I don't want to disrupt the story. This is getting too good.
Ooh, menudo.
Aw, so the pup did get healed. That's good.
Aw, that's good. They were you know, it was
I
not
can't
Vanessa.
blame Mama for not trusting Vanessa though.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting. I like garlic soup. That's one of my favorite soups.
I can't say I've ever had garlic soup.
Garlic soup is very good. It's like a... It's not really a Hispanic thing, it's a Spanish thing. But it's very good.
Ooh. Remind me to try that one day. That does sound good.
The place we used to get it is closed, sadly, so... Very unfortunate.
My favorite has definitely got to be lemon chicken soup.
Lemon chicken soup is good. My favorite overall soup is loaded baked potato soup.
Ooh. Also very good. Oh, we need to stop talking about food. I'm gonna end up eating something at like 1 in the
I'm gonna be
morning.
eating something. I think the session should almost be over. I see. The
Ugh,
puns
that
audio.
is some very thin ice. That is some incredibly thin ice.
Potato leek's very good. I can't do French onion.
TCM, did a boat boat combat not go well? Is that why you're saying
I think
help
it's
me?
sad because there is boat combat now. Oh no, I'm on the edge of my seat, maniacal. Just in it for the puns, huh? Soup's great, Extreme Little Guy. Soup is top-notch food. No doubt. No cap. Sometimes I don't know if I say cap organically or not. Who knows?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
No cap.
No cap?
Yeah. Do you not know what that means?
Not a clue. Oh,
Oh.
good night, Delport.
It's like no lie. Good night, Delport.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah, cap is like false. And no
Huh.
cap is, no lie. Because it's like fact or cap, right? And so it's like, is this a fact or is it cap a lie? not true.
Interesting.
That's cap.
See, I gotta learn all this now, because when my younger clients start coming to me, I'm not gonna know what the heck they're saying.
Is it like bad? I don't. It's one of those things, maniacal, where it's like I know how to use it, but I can't like define it. Like please tell me how many words can you like define that you're just like I know exactly how this word works.
How much slang can you define
Oh
that
my
you
God.
know how it works?
Attempting to explain the slang to your like parents just never works out.
Oh God.
Because you just can't do it. Like it's just like, well, yeah, exactly. No cap means no lie, but when you say like fact or cap, like, isn't the opposite of like false? Like I don't know. They're all like lie and a falsehood are like interchangeable. So like don't come at me. Okay, it's always a lie. Fine.
No, but no cap
I'm
equals
sorry.
no lie.
Yeah, I got that. I got that right. But maniacal, if you say das cap info, das lie info does not translate. Okay? Like that is nobody says that. You can't say that's lie info. That's not how it works.
But you can say that's false info.
Thank you. See, maniacal, get wrecked. They
I think
came
you guys
for
just
me.
broke Ori's
Maniacal
brain.
came at my throat, and they got, wrecked exactly.
Oh man.
Uh,
I hope you're proud of yourself, Ori.
I am proud of myself. Sure, maniacal.
I don't know. How can
I see. You wanted to tell me that my information about Cap was Cap. I get it. I get it.
Oh.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. But you left yourself open. You didn't cover your flank. I found the weak spot. Everybody's getting wrecked now. It's midnight brain. That's what wrecks
Seriously.
everybody.
Yep. Midnight brain indeed.
Okay. You could tell yourself that, maniacal. Oh, no. And if you did leave it open, all that makes it feels like now I'm just playing Ace Attorney in real life. Okay.
It really does.
And honestly, I think
I'm
that
just
for the
waiting
rest
for
of my
Ori
life,
to go tap.
I mean, honestly, I think that for the rest of my life, Dylan and I will be playing Ace Attorney in real life.
It's a fun series.
Oh, it's
You
a great
can't go
series.
wrong
We're
with
not
it.
even done with the first game, okay?
No,
Like, we
we're
got a
not.
lot of time.
Well, it is a DLC case, so technically we did finish.
Still, though.
We just got some extra stuff to play.
Still, though. Barely,
We're almost there.
I mean, I'm not complaining. The more content, the happier Ori is.
As long as you remember to save the funny moments for shorts.
I did this time. I have a lot of markers, which is very helpful.
Oh, beautiful.
Because otherwise I have to, like, scrub the whole stream, and so it's, like, annoying.
Mhm. Oh, that's like a 4-hour endeavor. Ew.
Yeah, well, I usually watch it at, like, double speed, When I watch it at double speed, though, then when we talk normal speed, it feels real bad. I gotta tell you. Because in double speed, like, suddenly you get used to it. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly when we're talking in normal speed, it's like, why are we talking so slow? Like, this is how slow we talk. Like, there's no way. Like, that's what it feels like.
Why is everything moving so slowly?
It's so wild. I got everybody going on. Didn't we have somebody else who played in your campaign PCM in here? I don't remember who, but I feel like we had someone else at one point. Was it Neko Namicon?
I think
I feel like it was It's one of those things where it's like, I really...
just a friend.
I see. So a table member from times past. Or other campaigns. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I really like Ace Attorney a lot, of course, and I definitely want to keep playing it. But it's also like, we have so much planned for that when we finish Rise from the Ashes that I'm just like, I need it to be over at the same time. Right? Like, I want to play Plate Up, and I want to play Elevator Hitch, and it's just like...
Yes. We even have our avatars for Elevator Hitch.
Well, I still have to do mine.
They look amazing.
I still have to do mine. But, I think, PCM, why don't you put the rest of it in Campfire Stories, and we'll do it next week, because it's getting late. It's almost 12:30, and I'm tired. I'm hungry. Mars is hungry. Mars is tired. Mars has a cat that's yelling at her.
Oh, sure. Blame my cat. You're totally
It's on top of all of these things. And, yeah, so thanks to everybody for joining us. Really fun stream. Always a fun time. We got a lot of stuff talking about here. We'll be able to update you next week with more Pathfinder, not lore, rules. That's the word.
Yes,
ooh, that sounds delicious, maniacal. Always PCM. Always a great time.
Oh, lucky maniacal.
Always
Very
a great
lucky.
time. I'm probably going to have cheese balls. That's probably what I'm gonna have. If you guys,
champions.
if I don't think Maniacal has joined, but Maniacal, you can join the Discord as well. We'd love to see you in there. But also, if you haven't already, I haven't checked. We will be here next week, so I hope everybody has a nice weekend. We'll see you next week for Stream Games and Comic Corner, of course. And until then, have a nice weekend. We'll be in the Discord. All right, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Good night.